the
like
aesthetics of it.
4 hours later, I barely made it home. Barely made it.
Was that the
home.
one where you had to like you pretty much walked in with your pants down
Yes.
already?
Yeah.
We
Yes.
left early that day too.
Dude, I'm so glad that shit didn't happen on the when we were
The
taking
bus?
the shuttle bus. I wouldn't have had nowhere to go,
That
man.
would have been fucking awesome.
Would you have like just moved to a different city if that happened?
Dude,
Like just up and move?
you
You
probably
couldn't face
have
any
to,
of those people
because you're gonna be
again.
on the internet somewhere, dude. Someone's as soon as that shit happens, boy, cameras are coming
You'll
out.
become a meme in like just
Yep.
10 seconds.
Yep.
I mean, all over the place.
I would have been like, babe, we got to go to Alaska.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they don't have internet service.
Alaska doesn't have internet service.
Well, shit, I mean,
Oh yeah, there's probably a lot of areas really don't.
that fucking drink is hot,
You're
man.
gonna go to Alaska. What drink? Your drink?
Yes, it's hot.
Why?
At least you get the fish in Alaska. Catch a lot of salmon.
Yeah.
Get abducted by an alien.
It's a possibility.
In Juneau.
Dude, fucking Oscars in Spain right now, bro.
The Oscar's going everywhere, man.
It's crazy, right?
That dude's making money hand over fist.
Yeah.
Why doesn't why hasn't he put up a shop over there where Will's at now?
He don't have nobody to go out there.
I figured he'd just hire somebody.
He was going to, but he said fuck that. He's got too much shit going on with El Paso and San Antonio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, San Antonio's a fucking headache for him, dude.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what are we talking about aside
Dicks.
from Lazar? Well, I mean we all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
NBA free
Oh,
agency.
we're in the cave again.
NBA free agency. Yankees setting a MLB record. Women's soccer college World Series winner.
Who won, Vandy?
That's about it.
Vandy.
Tyreek Hill meets with the NFL.
Fuck a Tyreek.
Why?
I don't know.
Just cause.
Just cause he's an
Yeah,
idiot.
fuck that guy.
He's an idiot.
Fucking punching his kid in the chest.
What? Oh, that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
What was his reason? He wanted to toughen him up.
I don't know.
He's actually denying it, so
He's just a dick.
that's why.
He's just an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Hey, some people are assholes.
I mean, you could tell just by his history, right? He apparently had that issue in college with his wife, so follow him to the NFL.
Fucking black people, man. Oh shit, are we live?
Actually, and we had 1,000
cut
people
that part.
watching.
Like, oops.
1,000 went to 0.
Actually, it's 2,000 now.
Did you watch that debate last night?
I mean, yeah, I was in and out. I was just like cooking, doing shit like that, and oh yeah, we got to be wrapped up by 8 because that's when it starts tonight. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
we can go
I
till
was
9.
about to say.
No. No, I'm just gonna watch it while y'all are doing
Andrew
the
Yang
thing.
is gonna be on
my,
tonight, right?
My boy.
Dude, I didn't know it was gonna be. I didn't know there were 20 fucking people that made it.
Yeah, they got
Holy
to fucking
fuck.
split it into 2 heats.
I was like, Jesus.
Hey,
they're
Tulsi
so
Gabbard though. Tulsi
Dude,
Gabbard.
she's been sounding good so far, man. From what she was saying.
I don't care what her policies are. I
Today,
just
yeah,
wanna
she
see
looks
more
good.
of her.
Especially, dude. For some reason, those gray strips she had in her
Dude,
hair
doing it
looked
for
fucking
me.
hot.
And then
I
that
don't know
just
why.
red dress looking all
Yeah.
Republican and
Yeah,
shit.
I was like, yeah. You come to the fucking Democrat debate in a fucking red dress. That's what I'm talking about.
Sending mixed
Hell
signals
yeah.
over here, right?
Fucking wearing red panties and shit. I bet she had red
I bet she
panties
didn't
on.
have any. Bet she didn't
Oh.
have any.
Oh, wow. Now that's
I mean, come on, don't be perverted. She didn't want panty lines.
there you go. It's about the image, right?
But no, dude, it's crazy that they have 20 fucking candidates that made the debate.
And all of them, like, it's they never stop at an opportunity to be like, and get Trump out of office. And
Yeah.
like, that's their only, like,
Yep.
platform is like, we're going to get him out of office. Like, okay.
Well,
and
it's-
then what are you going to
Yeah.
But what's funny is
What's your
like
policy?
it's
Yeah.
they have so many and they don't have no fucking clue who
Dude,
would
I
even
was-
come close to beating him.
Agree.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
was-
problem.
I really enjoyed when they would just get going back and forth. One of them would call another one out for some other shit and just question. I was like, yes, this is what I want to see.
Fucking homeboy from San Antonio was ripping on O'Rourke there for a little
Oh
bit.
yeah,
That shit was good.
dude, he looked high. I was
Yeah, he
convinced
did.
he was high, but
I
I was
don't
like,
know if
no,
it was-
that's probably just him.
Yeah. That's the way his eyes look. Some Mexicans look Chinese sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I thought he was Andrew Yang. I was like, it's that guy.
My bad.
Because I've heard of it. A lot of those people, like, I know their names. Like, I just had never seen them before. Homegirl from Michigan. I forgot what her name was, but it's the first time I'd seen her.
Hmm.
You know, I hear him all the time.
That black guy didn't sound too bad either.
Cory Booker?
Booker, yeah.
Dude, his
a pain in my
face
ass.
when Beto just
Oh,
busted out
man.
with the Spanish.
Well, then he tried to talk Spanish too, and it was fucking terrible.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all need
They're
to
just
stop.
trying to one up each other, but they're not actually showing what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
You know.
But dude, the fucking that dude from San Antonio kind of fucked up because he called O'Rourke. He called him Beto, and I was like, man, you should have fucking called him Robert the whole time. Should
Frankie?
have called him Robert the whole time, dude.
That would've
And then,
been
dude, I was
straight.
whenever they were talking about the Iran thing for a little bit. And Tulsi Gabbard was like, yeah, you know, after the attack on 9/11, you know, I just like most of the proud Americans, I joined up, you know, to go fight for our country.
Uh-huh.
And I totally wanted her to say, not like y'all pussy ass motherfuckers
Fuck
up
yeah.
here that
No,
didn't
she
do shit.
when Elizabeth Warren said something about Al Qaeda and the Taliban, but it was wrong.
Yeah.
And dude, fucking, she got on it.
Yeah,
like
well,
hard. I'm
the
like,
other
yes,
dude,
get her.
too was like, yeah, when the Taliban attacked us, and she was like, it wasn't the Taliban that attacked us,
Yes.
it was Al Qaeda that attacked us. It wasn't the Taliban.
It's kind of
And
sad.
I was like, ooh,
they're presidential
shit,
candidates. And they
let's
don't
go.
know
Dude,
that.
yes, Tulsi Gabbard, 2020.
Yeah, dude, I'd vote for her, man. I
would.
like the shit. That,
I mean, she does got some good policy, and she's kind of just she's no fucking bullshit. She's
Yeah.
a major in the reserve. Like, I mean, come on, man.
yeah,
Yeah, unlike
she
you
sounded
pussies.
good. Yeah, dude, I wanted her to say that so bad, man. I
Yeah, dude.
was like, I went and fought for our country, not like you bitches.
Fuck yeah.
That would have been fucking awesome. But dude, there's no way any of those people are
No.
gonna beat Trump. There's no fucking way.
Nope.
I just don't see it happening.
Not if they keep up what they're doing now.
They're just trying to, outdo the other, and they're
Yeah.
just pushing themselves farther and farther left.
They're
Yep.
so
You know,
crazy,
they've already
dude.
turned on Joe Biden, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of knew he was going to be the first person they were going to turn on, and they already did that. So who's it going to be next?
They
The
didn't even-
fucking,
they
the
didn't
fucking
even, like-
trains finally fell off of Bernie a little bit because they're not talking about that dude as much
Yeah.
as they were pushing him before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just you're in the news one week and then
Yeah.
you're out.
Yeah.
They're like, maybe this guy. Oh
Yeah.
no, nobody
You
likes
start
him.
trending
Maybe
and then
this
you're
guy.
not trending.
Oh,
You
nobody
start
likes
trending and
him.
then you're not trending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, dude. Is it season 2? No, right?
No,
It
I don't
starts
come
July
out till
2nd?
July 2nd.
Fucking losers, shit.
I'm sorry.
You gonna be watching Fortnite, dude.
Just saying bullshit, man.
Well,
They
it's
want
not-
to
it's
build
all
house
different.
builders. They should have started playing Minecraft. Fucking build all the houses you want.
Minecraft is tight too.
Have you watched this latest video, the Liberty Hangout?
Which one is
The
it?
AOC Fun Camp.
No,
You haven't watched that one
no,
yet?
I haven't seen that one yet. Is it good?
I was just watching it. I mean, it's just her going around saying, Congresswoman AOC, blah, 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 is compared, the camps or whatever on the border to
Holocaust?
concentration camps and
So
blah, blah, blah. And most people are like, kind of like, yeah, I would say they're similar to. There's a few reasonable people in there that are like, no, absolutely
They're
not.
so fucking stupid, dude. That chick is so stupid. I guarantee you, she's never fucking seen a picture from any of the camps. Auschwitz, dude. If they showed her pictures of that and then compared them to the fucking, the pictures are bad, of the kids laying on the ground and shit.
Sure.
But they're not fucking bone dead.
They
Skinny.
finally did approve the $8 billion. I saw the news thing pop up earlier that Congress approved
There's the
some-
border plan.
yeah,
border
Yeah.
$8
security
billion or
and-
something. Is like, God damn it! All right, so I haven't read any. Do y'all know anything about it?
I
What
haven't read
entails?
it either,
It
but-
just has money for protection and then also for the migrant children.
Okay,
So that they-
yeah, that's all the Democrats
it.
have needed to fucking sign off on
Yep.
for. I mean, since this has been going on, that's all they've been needing
They
to
just
do.
play. They play
Yeah.
politics, man. They all play politics.
That's so fucking.
E, what
funny,
you think
dude.
about that?
I agree.
They should have gave in. They should have
don't
gave in a
fucking
lot
know.
sooner,
I
right?
got Eric to speak for me.
All right,
Hey,
he's
you
your
wanna take
stand-in.
this one?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Like, Eric, you're up.
When you ask me something, be like, Eric, handle this, please.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, so what do you think
Take
about KD joining
So-
the Lakers? He's gonna be like, oh,
Eric, tell him how I feel about that.
No, you just alley oop.
right.
So you're his Huckabee Sanders. I got you.
Now, pretty much. Yeah, I'm a spokesperson,
All right.
press secretary.
Yeah, dude, it's so retarded, man.
You're not allowed to use that word anymore.
Oh shit. Well, we're not on air yet, so it doesn't matter.
Whenever y'all are ready. I mean, I got it set for 7:30.
Yeah, just let me. Did you share it on the Facebook yet?
So
I can go share it.
I mean, I did like an hour ago. I'll do it again right now.
The link?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I think I did somewhere. Yeah, I did. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh yeah.
49 minutes ago.
Sweet.
I'll save it on.
How long y'all been doing this?
This is a 35th episode. So
Wow.
35, 36 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been
Been a little bit.
podcasting for, I don't know,
A while, right? What
two
are
and
you?
a half years, I guess.
What are you on the
Oh,
other
wow.
one? Like 110? 110?
111. Yeah, 110 will be our next one.
Wow.
Doing pretty much every week. Like we've only taken a few weeks off here and there. So we just recently changed to here. Our other studio used to be off Riverside, the dude's living room, and after a little bit he kind of wanted his living room back, and I was like, well, fuck, I got this set up. So we brought some of the other equipment over. This thing is his. Most of this other stuff, that monitor is his, but almost everything else in here. I think the two mics that are up there, the fancy one, and then I think that one is my other podcast partners, whatever.
Cool.
I whore around with the pods.
There you go.
I'm not faithful to one. I do like other stuff for other shows too. It's just hobby.
Oh man. Well.
Hey, man, that's what pays the bills on that BMW.
Yeah, exactly. Hey.
Yeah,
He's
I
obviously
wish.
been doing something right.
I wish. I just got a good deal on it, man. It's you know what, that BMW in that driveway represents responsibility, and I just want to say, because I didn't have any kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
I didn't knock anyone up early. I pay my bills. I got a rising credit score.
Yeah, that's what it's all
That's-
about. Dude.
that's
you gotta
responsibility.
You gotta have
There
that
you
white
go.
man credit score, dude.
Hey man, if white privilege and just is a synonym for being responsible,
Yeah.
then whatever. But hey,
Oh,
just
dude,
pay your bills, be responsible, and
That's
you
that's
can
pretty
have nice
much
stuff.
it. It's as simple as
It's not that hard.
Yeah,
it's not hard, people.
It's not.
So, yeah, I like it so far. Just under 100,000 miles, but it's been well maintained. Got a decent deal.
What year?
2011. So it's only a year newer than what I'm coming
What you
from.
had?
But I'm excited, man.
Did you get
That's
it at
good,
the new dealership over here? The one that's
No,
on Stasny?
I couldn't afford something from that. It was another highly recommended place,
Okay.
Austin Auto Brokers.
Oh, I've heard of them before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check them out if you ever need, a new
Nope.
car.
Nope, I'm not going to.
No? Well, you don't have to. I've actually told them to keep a lookout for you. To have
Watch
you
out for-
escorted off the
Watch out for
premises.
this. Watch out for this brown guy with the big beard.
Yeah.
Don't let him on your
You're
lap.
like, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we don't even get one of those once a month.
We don't even allow brown people on the premises,
Yeah,
sir.
exactly.
So
There's a sign out there.
All right, man, I'm ready.
you ready?
Yeah.
You got it shared a little bit.
Yeah. Did you share it on yours? Fucking piece of shit. Fucking watching Apex. Make sure your phone's off too.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure mine's off.
I got mine on mute, bitch.
Bitch.
Let's not act like you've never not had it on mute.
How long ago? Like my third show in?
I'm sure it's it was a little bit sooner than
Yeah.
that.
Come on, man.
All right, hitting that live button. So y'all just talk stupid, silly shit maybe until you actually start the show.
What are they gonna do different on that on Apex on season 2? You don't know yet.
So far, the
They're
rumors
changing the map.
they're changing the map. There's gonna be some areas opened up. Some areas that were open are gonna be forested, have forest on them now. They're introducing new buildings. the creatures they call leviathans. They're big creatures in the water. They're gonna be coming onto the ground. So you don't know how it's gonna.
What the
Act-
fuck are you talking about?
There's some big water monsters, man. They're called leviathans that are in the water. They're big. They look like big dinosaurs standing out there.
Yeah, why?
Well, they're gonna be coming in.
Do they attack you?
We don't know. There's
Oh, God.
it shows some gameplay of some people fighting, and all of a sudden a big leviathan foot comes down on them and kills them, and so it may be part of the map.
That would piss me off so much.
Yeah. There's gonna be. It looks like 2 new characters being introduced.
Probably a couple lesbians.
A new battle pass. They're gonna have league play introduced.
League
With it-
play.
Yeah, where you can league up. I mean, you play and they're gonna put you in a league.
Are they
based
doing
on-
solos yet?
No, it's still gonna be teams.
Trash.
I wish they would do solos, man. I hate fucking playing with teammates, dude. I just
Yeah,
don't
tell
got
us,
good teammates.
tell us in a sexy voice how you hate playing with teammates.
I don't have a sexy voice. Oh, hey, my teammates are trash.
Is it?
Yeah.
Terrible.
They suck, man. Don't get no fucking kills, nothing. Just bad.
Dude, if you could go visit one place in America, where would you go on vacation? For a week.
Man, I don't know.
What about you, man?
One place
For 1 week in the United States.
Yeah, in the United
Ah.
States.
I've already been there, but DC.
Washington,
Yeah.
D.C.?
I was only there
Oh, wow.
3 days, so I didn't have enough time to see everything.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
liked it a lot?
Yeah.
I heard it was real dirty.
I mean, it's not as dirty as New York.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it's
Dude, I went to New
Lots-
York and I didn't
lot to do.
see it wasn't that dirty to me.
I guess it depends on which roads you're walking on.
Cuz I went
Which streets.
to well, yeah, that's what I was basically like in the like Manhattan area.
And I guess I went during like right before they pick up trash because they have all their trash.
Oh.
They just dump it like on the front where the sidewalk is, right?
yeah, New York,
Yeah, and it's just they're not saw rats everywhere. And
Yeah,
I mean,
see, dude,
like I said,
when
it
we
could have
were-
been just the worst. And
Yeah,
I went in the wintertime.
When we well, that's when I went. It was in December. But when we went, I think I saw 2 rats and that was it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I love the city though.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Dude, I liked it a
I
lot
love
more
the
than what
city.
I thought I was gonna like it. You know, because people are always telling me like, "Oh, New York people suck and they're all mean and shit." Everybody we met was fucking great.
Yeah, well, that was one thing I did. That stereotype did exist for me.
Oh yeah,
And then when I went to any of the stores to check them out or whatever, window shop.
yeah,
You know, I guess being a Texan, we're just like, hey, sir, or how's it going? And good morning, whatever. And the guy that works there was like, I can immediately tell you're not from here. He's like, you're probably from the South, one of the southern states.
Yeah.
As soon as I said Texas, oh yeah, that makes sense. He's like, because New Yorkers don't say that. They don't greet
Yeah.
you. They don't.
Nah, they're all fucking business, dude.
Yeah,
They go in
they're
and buy
just
their shit and fucking bounce.
Tunnel vision. They're just going in what they need to do and they're out.
Yeah. It was nice though. I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
And it's
You
cheap.
still haven't figured it out or what?
Huh?
Where you would go?
Oh, I stopped thinking about it.
Oh,
The minute,
fuck, man.
the minute y'all started talking, man, I stopped thinking about it.
It's like
I
he's
started
pondering
watching.
over here.
I
Brandon,
started
what
watching some
about
more
you,
of this
dude?
stuff.
What was the question? If I can go anywhere?
Yeah, for a week in the United States of America.
Oh man, it would be somewhere where weed was legal,
Colorado.
and
Like
that's
it-
probably
like-
that's probably about just anywhere where it was legal. Probably back to Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
I want to go on another ski trip.
Where did you go?
I went to Monarch Mountain.
Monarch Mountain.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours from Denver.
Yeah.
Good times, man.
In the
good
wintertime,
times.
or?
Yeah, wintertime. Went skiing
Nice.
back in February.
Is it like really cold though?
Fuck yeah, dude! On the mountain.
Yeah. Fuck all
It was
that.
like, I think it was like 25.
Dude,
Yeah,
when we
right.
landed in New York, when we went, it was fucking 8 degrees.
Damn.
Fuck that.
It
No,
was-
but see,
it
I mean,
was
I
bad, dude.
went. I was layered up. I had the proper like gear, and
No,
like,
so
I was
did I.
comfortable. Like
Well,
I was all right.
My old lady had got me some pants. They had they were flannel on the inside. Fucking
Yeah.
legit, dude.
Nice.
And then I had like 6 jackets on. It was nice.
But see, did you have the right kind of jacket?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
jacket was real warm. It was pretty good.
But like, was it for snow, winter?
Yeah.
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 All right.
That was yeah.
See, I was worried about that because I'm a total bitch when it comes to the cold.
So am I, but it didn't bother me because I was dressed for it. You know.
Yeah, and like I was skiing, so it's like I actually ended up taking a layer off because I was like was getting kind of toasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, went up to the top of the mountain. We could see Pikes Peak and all those other mountains around, and then fucking skiing down. That shit was fun.
Yeah. See, I've been, dude. I've been to Boston. I fucking love Boston, and
So
like
biased.
I would want to go there, but I want to also go to like Montana, where the forest and fucking you know they have some big ass lakes over there that are like legit.
Yeah.
So man, I might want to go check that out
Yellowstone
too. Plus,
would be pretty badass.
Plus, then it's fucking far away from everybody. You know, you probably don't get no cell service, so you'll just be chilling with the fam.
No one can
Just
hear
get away
you
from it all,
scream.
man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. All right, man, we ready?
You ready?
Are you ready? Are you done?
Yeah,
gonna keep
motherfucker.
watching?
I've been ready since I
You
got
still
here.
thinking?
Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad.
Oh, what'd you
that was
do?
I turned it down
What did you? Oh.
like right away.
Oh.
That turned down quick though.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another hard-hitting episode of From the Left Hash. I'm your host, JJ Torres. And today, I've got a new guest. This dude that Ernest brought, his name is Eric.
I just saw him at the store, pumping gas. Said, "Hey, dude, what you know about sports?"
Hey, man, we got an empty seat, man. You want to come talk some shit?
Pick me up at the corner of Home Depot. You know how it is.
Right? What's going on, man?
Oh, not much.
First time?
Yeah,
Little
excited to be here,
nervous?
man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
good.
certainly nervous, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, you'll get past it, man. It's easy. Ernest will make an obscene joke that'll make you
Yeah.
laugh, and then we'll just settle in.
No,
Forget about it.
perfect.
And then I've also got the mouse from the south to my right.
What up?
What's going
What up,
on,
what up?
man? Did you throw some frisbees today?
Not today, man. I wish, dude. I'm
That's
fucking
good.
working till like 6, so I don't
Any
get a
day
chance to
not
do.
throwing frisbees
fucking anything.
is a good day.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I've also got the producer Brandon on the ones and twos over there.
Oh man, you totally. All right, yeah. All right, hold on. No, I was gonna change the camera angle. I was like, fuck, it's not ready. It's not ready. All right, but
Fucking
yeah,
started panicking.
you just saw my hand.
He's,
There it
he's
is.
over there in the corner. Trust me.
Over here. Yeah.
He's over there somewhere.
Today we're gonna be talking about some NBA free agency. Somebody finally won the College World Series. Women's soccer, Yankees set a MLB record, and yeah, surprise, is gonna be good, man. We're gonna be talking about aliens.
But you're not supposed to
Best
fucking tell him. That's why it's a
Oh
surprise.
yeah, you're right, right?
Damn.
Dang.
Now
Rewind,
everybody who
rewind,
was
rewind.
hey,
Rewind. All right, we're gonna be,
Rewind.
and then we're also gonna finish off at you know the surprise, where nobody knows what we're talking about until I say it.
sure, it's gonna be a surprise.
Dang, I just fucking brain farted that one, dude.
Fuck that all up.
What a
Hey, now
alien.
everybody who's looking forward to something good, they all like, fuck this shit.
Felt like
They're turning off.
aliens. We don't want to fucking
Yeah,
listen to that
no
It's,
fucking
shit.
it's the knee
aliens.
bang, man. The
Well,
knee
we're not
bang,
gonna
knee
talk
drink.
about we're not gonna be talking about aliens now. We're gonna talk about something different.
Ah, damn. Way to go.
All right, man. Let's just start College World Series, man. Vanderbilt took the W.
Vandy.
No.
Dude, they had some of the fucking ugliest uniforms I've ever seen in my life.
I saw one game. Was that dark green or?
Yeah, and then they had those black ones that they wore game 2. They were like black but pinstriped with like yellow or
Yellow,
some shit.
yeah.
Fucking
They've always
ugly,
had pretty
dude.
ugly colors. Even their football team has the same
Yeah, this is terrible.
bad attire, yeah.
But they got it done.
Now that
Yeah,
hell, of,
they
a, hell of a
did.
team.
Yeah.
Hell
Dude,
of a team.
I can't remember what that guy's name
The
is.
pitcher?
Yeah,
Dude, he was on
freaking
fire.
showing out, man. And he's a freshman.
That is crazy.
Yeah, what's funny is he didn't get drafted till like the 30. He got drafted late in like the 30 something round. But the reason why he should have been a lot higher, but the reason why was because he was telling everybody he's coming back to college. So you know why waste a draft pick on him?
Yeah.
But that kid's legit, dude.
Good for him,
Throwing
man.
fucking 95, 96 miles an hour.
And it's probably all for the best. You come off of winning the championship and then the college championship, and then you go to your next year and say he's fired that whole year. Well,
Yeah.
the next draft, man, he just improved his stock
Yeah.
by probably, a lot. If he shows out,
Yeah.
if he, you know what I mean? If he continues to do what he's doing, I mean, that might have been a really good choice on his half.
Yeah, he could and improve his draft stock big time, dude.
Big time. And you're talking about millions of dollars.
For baseball,
Yeah.
big time contract.
Good for him, man. I'm rooting for that dude.
I mean, I know you never want to say anything good about the losing team, but Michigan for their piece, that you got to give them props because they were one of the last 4 in.
Yep.
I mean, and they surprised everybody.
Yeah.
Cinderella story for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then they meet Vandy, and Vandy just knocked them off easily.
Yeah, man, that kid was legit, dude. That one game that he threw, I think it was a no-hitter. I think it was the first no-hitter ever thrown in the College World Series playoffs. But, dude, every strikeout was on the slider. This is the first time I've ever seen that, where the dudes struck out everybody on the slider.
Really?
Yeah, like usually, you'll have, and I was talking to Darryl about this, but usually, especially when you're throwing that hard, 95, 96, you'll get a couple strikeouts on the fastball, but this dude was straight fucking dealing with that slider, man, and the guys couldn't lay off of it. That's what was crazy. Fucking, the dude pitched great, man.
He must just have, how some pitchers have a tail when they're about to throw, and they try to, or especially when you go to the majors, they try to wing them off of like, hey man, you're tilting this, or or your elbows up high, and you can tell what you're about to throw.
Yeah.
He must have one of those that you just can't tell what's coming, and they kept falling for a slider because it just looked great out of his hand.
Yeah, from what I've seen, that's the thing is because he throws so hard, everybody's gearing up for the fastball, and that's the thing about a slider is it looks almost like a fastball, so
until it drops.
Yeah, and dude, it was. He has a pretty nasty fucking slider, dude.
Yeah.
But he's got that delivery is kind of weird because a lot of pitchers these days you don't see them go over their heads like old school pitchers would go over their heads like that.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, but he does that, and it's it's a funky delivery, dude. But it works for him.
You think somewhere in there he gets a little bit of extra momentum or something in his body shifting or?
Well, I mean, yeah, he gets a lot of momentum because he's fucking throwing 95, but. I don't know. I don't think. Well,
it could just be a way to throw people off, right?
Yeah, because as a pitcher,
people moved away from that, and then he's bringing it back.
Yeah, and as a pitcher, you're trying to hide the ball as much as you can, from the hitter, so they don't see your grip on it, and then they don't see it where your release point. That's one of the good things about my buddy Lee, dude. He's legit, and he hides the ball really good.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's fucking nasty, so he's legit. But yeah, so big ups to Vandy, man. They're gonna be around for a while because this dude's coming back next year, so they might be able to repeat.
Yeah, they're certainly a team to watch.
Yeah, hopefully, fucking Texas will actually make the tournament.
He was a freshman this year, right?
Yeah, he's a freshman this year.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. It'd be nice for fucking Texas to be involved somewhere in that motherfucker.
Dude,
man.
they started off
this year
so
was
hot
just
this year,
an
man.
Embarrassing year, man.
Yeah, they did start off hot, beating LSU.
Yep.
Everybody's like so excited. All of a sudden, they just tanked.
Yep.
They just tanked.
Well, they had a couple key injuries. One, the catcher got hurt, and Hamilton going down before the season really hurt them too, because he was one of their best hitters. But I mean, what can you do? You're gonna have to, you're gonna have injuries, so you just have to, be able to overcome it.
Yep.
Have the next guy step up, but they didn't.
Well, that's where the coaching staff should have depth on the roster.
Yeah.
So when that person goes down, they can have that next.
One of the biggest guys that we were gonna have coming in is fucking got drafted like I think he went 2nd or 3rd overall, so he's not coming to to Texas.
No.
But yeah, man. So Vandy's the College World Series winner. Women's soccer, man, advanced to the quarterfinals. Got past
Spain.
Yeah,
that was a tough game.
Yeah, it was.
That was a really tough
We watched
game.
it, right?
Yeah, we watched
it was so weird,
the
man.
second half or something.
I saw the second half. Yeah.
The people were fucking. They were going crazy.
I don't know, man.
We watched it at Doc's, so there was like a, and it was like a white family.
Yeah.
That was just like, I mean, the dad was like overexcited.
Mm-hmm.
I think it helps that the men's team is not that good.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
And so when the women play, they're just the best.
Yeah.
Right? So it's at least we're rooting for somebody.
Yeah.
At that point.
That's true.
I mean, they're a great team, and I mean they're gonna play the host country next, right? So that's gonna be tough. You're playing
France.
Yeah.
In Paris.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty tough. And I think the last time they played them in an exhibition game, they lost 2-1.
Oh, really?
In February, it was a friendly, but
Well, shit, if they didn't get these damn penalty kicks,
yeah, it's
they
true.
might have lost to Spain.
Agree.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know
They
what
were
to think,
penalty kicks, though, dude. They were penalty
Well, yeah,
kicks.
I mean, they were earned. They were called right, but still, if you don't get those penalty kicks, then you're losing 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0.
1-0.
Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah,
I
get it
fucking
right,
people
bitch.
On the
pissed
pitch.
off.
On
We
the
just
pitch.
had some people fucking leave the podcast like, fuck y'all.
He don't even know how to say 0 in soccer.
Fucking idiot.
It's like it's not called soccer, it's called
Yeah.
football.
So Friday they'll play. Tomorrow they'll play France at 2.
It was
Or
all right,
I think it's
dude.
at 1.
I don't watch a whole lot of soccer, dude, but I couldn't take all the falling and just all the falling and shit.
Yeah,
man.
it's just
after
part
a
of the
while,
game,
it was just like, dude, come on, man.
It's like watching the NBA when
Yeah.
when the guys are flopping and shit.
That's why I got tired of watching NBA too, because I was like, dude, we're going. First of all, we're just going back and forth really fast,
Yeah.
and then y'all motherfuckers keep falling or whatever. It's like, dude, that gets boring, man. It's I don't know.
I mean, soccer, it's
You have to
it's
just
hard
be a fan of it.
You have to be a fan.
You
But
just
I
have
mean,
to be a fan.
it is exciting because they never stop, right? You don't see
Yeah.
the timeouts, you don't see there's a flag or any of that stuff for the most part, right? And they just keep going. So I mean, just to have that kind of athleticism and watching
Dude, they're
that.
well conditioned, man. I mean, I'll give them that, dude. To be able to play that long, back and forth, running, sprinting.
Yeah,
It's not so much running, but they sprint. They have to go top speed quick, and then just to be able to, I don't know what they call it, dribbling the ball, whatever they do with it.
yeah, it's
but
called dribbling. Yeah,
It's fucking amazing, dude. They're badass at what they do.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason, just watching the games, man. I don't know what it is.
Just-
dude.
yeah.
I
You
can't
were
just
getting
sit there
into
and
that one
watch
though,
it.
dude.
Well, I mean, I kind of had to because everybody was fucking screaming like, the fucking Beatles were up there playing and everybody's fucking, fucking
Yeah, that
clapping
guy.
and shit. And I didn't want to be left out. I was like, I'm the darkest person in that restaurant. I would have been fucking the
Could've got
first one to
kicked
get
out,
kicked
right?
out.
yeah.
Yeah, this anti-American motherfucker, get out of here.
The ICE agent would have came in and ripped you
ICE
out real
agent.
quick.
Yeah. So I was clapping along. I was like, yeah.
So you're probably just one of those that watches, like when the Men World Cup comes on, you probably watch that every once in a
Nah,
while.
he don't watch that either.
No,
No, I mean, there's some
Sporadically.
people that's
It would
their
have-
minimum is watching that.
Yeah. It would have to be wherever I'm at, they're showing it, and then I'll kind of glance up, like, oh, what's going on? And then glance down. But I'm not going to actively look for it, like, oh, shit, the men's soccer team's playing. Let me find it.
You are
Fuck
gonna
that.
go watch the Austin FC though, right?
No.
When the soccer team comes?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't need to be in the domain area.
Hater.
That area wasn't built for me and my kind. I stay
That's
away
where
from there.
Topgolf is at, man. You
I
ain't
stay
gonna
away
go?
from there. We went one time, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was
Nah,
totally out of my environment.
I'm excited for one. Just
Yeah.
just having a hometown team to root for.
Yeah. It's cool, man.
Yeah. It's great. It's putting Austin on the map, at least from the professional level.
Having a professional team finally. Austin should have had one a long time ago.
Agreed.
Austin should have had a professional team of some kind a long time ago.
Well, now we are. That's why you
Honestly,
gotta get
I
on
think
the
a lot of it's
bandwagon.
UT. I think UT
Yeah.
Yeah, of
finds their
course.
way into the negotiating table and says,
Yeah.
"Nah, we don't need a football, a baseball."
Yeah.
That's
or
the thing is
basketball."
we've been a college town for so long, and fucking UT is one of the biggest ones out there, so it's hard to compete.
Yeah, agree.
But they catch all the shit when they don't play like
yeah.
their stature
Yeah.
in the college world,
Yeah.
When they don't play up to it, then they catch all the shit, which makes it tough for the coaches and I'm sure the players. But that's what happens when you have no other professional team here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It all falls on UT shoulders. You're just like, hey,
Talking about people talking shit about UT. Did you see Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield,
Oh,
that
of course.
motherfucker.
So he was having his little camp here. I
Yeah.
think it was at Lake Travis where he went to school at.
Yeah.
And they had asked him if if he thinks that the Longhorns are back.
Yeah.
And they said the same thing when they beat Notre Dame a couple years ago, and they won like 3 games after that.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of that crap. And then he goes on to talk shit about
Ellinger.
Ellinger. He's like, he couldn't beat Lake Travis, so I don't really care what what his opinion is on winning. Westlake is a great program, but the two best quarterbacks to come out of there are Drew Brees and Nick Foles. Which, duh, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they both won a
Super Bowl.
They both won a Super Bowl, exactly.
Like, don't fucking Ellinger hasn't even had the chance to make it in the pros yet, and you're gonna fucking judge him on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But then he goes on to say, Sam can stay down there in Texas. Oh, duh, bitch, where the fuck is he gonna go? And then he says that will stir the pot. He doesn't like me, and I hope he knows I don't like him either.
I just don't get it. The guy's at the professional level.
Yeah,
like,
and he's still
focus
talking
on
about
your own. Why are you? I think he's just bitter that he says that he grew up an Oklahoma fan, but
yeah,
I think
dude,
being a hometown kid, I think he wanted to go to UT.
Yeah,
and when they didn't offer him scholarship, he was like,
yeah, then he gets all fucking pissed off,
Exactly.
like a little crybaby bitch, like any other fucking millennial. Fucking starts crying when he doesn't get what he wants.
pretty much. He
So
just
then-
has a louder mouth.
Yeah, so then he goes and says, "I'm trying to make sure I get to them before they get." Oh, because then so he was teaching all the kids at his camp how to throw the horns down,
Oh,
You
come
know?
on, man.
and that's another thing that he said. He was like, "I'm trying to make sure I get to them before they get brainwashed by those Texans fans down here." I'm like,
swear
you're
he
a
has nothing
fucking
else to do.
idiot, dude.
Yeah.
God, I hope. Dude, I hope you better not fucking ever come to Round Rock area or anywhere where I go, because if I see you on the streets, I'm going to fucking slap the shit out of you.
Because you want him to know that you don't like him.
Yeah, I'm going to let him
much.
know, hey, I don't like you.
I hope he
In a
knows.
different way.
I hope you know, Mayfield.
Yeah.
He don't like
fucking
you.
I'm going to hit you and then tell you I don't like you.
Little fucking bitch. God, dude, that guy's so fucking annoying.
Agree, man. He acts like all the QBs that have come out of Oklahoma have been great.
Yeah, have gone and done
I mean,
something
like
big
Bradford.
time in
Bradford
the
never
NFL.
really made it in the NFL for the most part.
Fucking
Josh
terrible.
Heupel never made it in the NFL.
Nope.
They were college quarterbacks, and that's it.
Manziel's their greatest quarterback, and look what the fuck he's done. Sorry, shit. It's so fucking annoying, dude. God, I fucking hate
And
that
then
guy.
their new one, what's his name? Kyler Murray.
Murray, yeah.
He looks like he has some. I think he's all hype.
I think it could be, man. I don't know.
I think he might be too small for the NFL. With his, it's just like Manziel, right? You think you can make it and run around, and even Vince Young for his size, he couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a different speed, man.
Yep.
It's a way different speed of going from the NFL or going from college to the NFL. Yeah, because I mean, you're facing guys in college. You'll have 2 or 3 that run a 4.4 or a 4.3. 4.5, as a linebacker or offense or defensive lineman or anything like that. But in the NFL, they
Everybody.
all
They're
fucking
all
run that.
exactly.
So it's hard to, he's I don't know, man.
And that could be even on the weakest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
They're all that fast.
So I don't know. I think he's too small. I think he's gonna be a bust. Well, not. I mean, I think he might do all right, but I think he's gonna be injury plagued because of how small he is.
I mean, Russell Wilson did pretty good.
But Russell Wilson isn't that small,
He's
dude.
not.
What is he
Russell
like?
Wilson's like 5'10", 5'11". This dude's like 5'7".
Oh, I thought
5'7" at like 150,
5'9".
160.
I thought they put him in at like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, that's fucking with the fucking 2-inch
the helmet
cleats
on.
on. But and Russell Wilson's a thick dude, man. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not a skinny
he's-
guy.
yeah, he's
Kyler Murray looks way skinnier and smaller.
He's a thicker dude. Yeah.
And plus, Russell Wilson is smart when he runs, dude. When he runs out of bounds. He slides. He doesn't fucking take hits.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with all those things, you'll have to wait to see how Kyler Murray plays in the next level.
Yeah.
He's certainly going to adjust. I give you that much.
Yeah,
After
he'll
the
make
first couple
adjustments.
games, he's going to be like, well, I can't run straight ahead because they're going to bust me.
Yeah. First time he gets hit, he'll be like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's fast. Don't get me wrong. But in the NFL, those guys are faster.
Yeah.
They're all faster.
That brings me to a question, man. So I saw this thing on Facebook. It says, pick your quarterback for the next decade. Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold, Deshaun Watson. Who you going with, E?
Dude, I don't know, man. I would for the next 10 years. Are they staying on the teams they're on now, or we're just
No, it's just you're gonna start a team,
yeah?
right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to pick one of those 5 quarterbacks for the next 10 years. Which one are you picking?
I'd probably go with Wentz.
Carson Wentz?
I probably would.
Who'd you go?
The options were Deshaun Watson,
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott.
Baker Mayfield
Baker
and
Mayfield.
Sam Darnold.
That's tough. And I'm a Cowboy fan, but that's tough.
Then you know not to pick Dak.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If it's just me starting my own team, maybe just Deshaun Watson. I saw some sparkles, some brilliance there every once in a
Dude, I
while.
thought
I
that
think he
too,
can
but-
be molded.
Yeah.
The fact that he runs a lot, that's what scares me for the next 10 years.
Yeah, but you picked a guy who's been hurt the past 10 years.
True,
Yeah.
but
The past 2
but
years.
Good point.
True, but he's also football smart. He's very football smart.
Yeah, but he's got
He knows
hurt.
how to run an offense, and he's an accurate thrower. So he has like 3 intangibles that a lot of quarterbacks don't have in the NFL.
I get that, but
So what, he doesn't run? Okay, he's been hurt before.
Patrick
that's fine.
Mahomes isn't one of the choices, man.
I think
Chris?
Wentz is going to turn out like a Romo. You know, Romo
Yeah.
he
He could.
he obviously is smart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can read a game, he can audible, he can do all that, but he just injury prone.
Who's that?
Romo.
Wentz.
And
to,
so I'm
to Wentz?
Yeah.
to Wentz, yeah. So I think I can compare both of them.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'd say yet to be seen, but he's been hurt twice already.
Yeah, and I'm pretty significant. I mean, he missed.
But I just
a
don't
lot
have
of
faith in
games.
any of the other ones. I mean, I was thinking Deshaun Watson, but like I said, as a runner, it's only a time, man. It's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it's
he's
going to
been,
happen.
he's been hurt too.
And then once that happens,
to
then he's
me-
on the same boat as Wentz.
But to me, he's shown a lot more than the other guys have.
He's shown more than Wentz.
Yeah.
I think he shows leadership.
Yeah.
Like he can handle it when he has to make the tough calls. It's just, you know, you just started, so there's gonna be mistakes like every quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. That's a tough one, man. But
Yeah, considering the options.
yeah.
Who was that? Watson all day. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm not
There you
sure
go,
who that is,
see?
but someone
We gotta
going with
start
Watson.
Start putting some names.
Yeah, whoever texted in Watson
yourself
all
a
day,
name, yeah.
You are correct, sir, because that's who I would pick too.
Yeah.
That just makes more sense to me, man. He's out of those guys, he's the biggest playmaker, and he's accurate. Throws the fucking deep ball ridiculously
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And he can run, man. You know, so I'd pick him all day
Yep.
too over
So would
those
I.
guys.
Obviously, I'm
Now,
the lone man out. That's me.
if Patrick Mahomes was in there,
I'd
like
pick
my
Mahomes. He'd be the first
my
pick.
brother-in-law Chris, he said Patrick Mahomes, but dude, he wasn't one of the choices. First of all, so stick to the rules, and yeah, I would pick Mahomes too.
Dude, he's probably one of like the most interesting quarterbacks I'm waiting to see next year.
Yeah, dude, because
Just
who
to
knows,
see
who
if he
knows
can
if he's
keep
going
this
to be
up.
able to keep it up.
Yeah, I want to see how other teams adjust to a year of his video
Yep.
and tape and see if they can adjust to this kid, or if this kid's the real deal and he can fucking just quickly think on the fly. He can just he's just that fucking football smart where he
Fucking
can make
no-look
the
throws.
decisions. Yeah, if that shit's like legit, and I think next year may be really telling for him. Hopefully we can get to that before the
it's
Madden
gonna-
curse.
I have some input. Got a couple people on the YouTubes, Patrick Mahomes, and then somebody else saying Watson has so much potential. It's coming from Chris
Agreed.
Bischoff
Yep.
and Aaron Ledesma.
Hey,
Aaron.
Aaron. Who
Aaron.
did my brother say? Patrick Mahomes.
Watson. Watson has
Oh,
so
Watson.
much potential, and Mr. Bischoff, Holmes. Yeah, Holmes.
Yeah, Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Hey man,
Yeah.
I'm usually the lone guy out. I'm
Yeah,
okay with
uh-huh.
that.
But
Apparently.
it's gonna be crazy watching because who knows what's gonna happen with this Tyreek Hill thing,
Yeah.
man. So Watson might be down. You know, some of his
You're
biggest
down a running
weapons,
back
dude.
and a wide receiver.
Yeah.
running back and a wide and your top
You're
wide
two big
receiver.
playmakers,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So you got Kelsey, your badass tight end, but who fills those gaps that y'all need? You know,
Yeah.
are they gonna have some rookies step up or some second stringers step up? Are they gonna try to grab somebody, a veteran from somewhere,
Yeah,
when the time comes? You know, when they find out that they're gonna be down these people,
they're gonna go get.
it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah,
Because a lot of their success, I mean, it not only was Mahomes, but it was those weapons, dude.
Yeah.
what if,
Those
what if
weapons
they
they
go
have.
get Dez?
Huh?
What if they go get Dez?
More power if he's able to play.
Yeah.
More power to him,
Dez
dude.
Bryant. Yeah, man, I don't know, but yeah, fucking Tyreek Hill. So this dude he ended up meeting with
NFL peeps?
with NFL peeps on, I can't remember what day it was, but he met with them for 8 hours.
Wow. I think it was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, so he met with them for 8 hours. They still haven't decided on if they're going to suspend him or not. Supposedly, I saw that the case was done, that they're not investigating any further or anything like that. So he's not getting. I don't think he's getting charged with anything, which is, kind of ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
With all the evidence they had with the phone calls and him fucking saying that he punches his kid in the chest. Yeah. I don't know. I hope nothing bad happens to that kid in the future, man. But
well, if it does, I mean, a lot of people look like shit, including the NFL, for not stepping up and doing something.
We don't know what they're gonna do yet. Yeah. So
I hope they suspend him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an image thing nowadays, right? One issue, and if the NFL doesn't call it the way most people expect them to call it, they're gonna get shit for it.
Yeah.
For a while, right? And it'll be all over social media. So I think, like they did with Ray Rice, just call it, suspend him, and move on from there. Yeah.
And that's probably what they'll do. I think they're trying to rebrand their image, because Roger Goodell's always seemed like he was he worked for the owners and didn't really care for the players. You know what I mean? It was mostly owner. Let's make the owners happy. So I think somewhere in there, he knows change needs to happen.
Yeah. And
they need to start having a no tolerance policy to some of these things. Like, dude, this is it. Everybody should know the same fucking rules. We're not going to budge on any kind of abuse, whether it's the girlfriend, wife, children. It's done.
Yeah.
You don't represent yourself here. You represent the NFL.
Exactly.
We're worldwide. Billions of dollars being made, invested, and whatnot. You can't do shit like that.
Yeah.
We're not a Bush League ball club. And, I mean, just morally, it's not right to begin with, but they have to take a stronger stance on those kind of things, because then what do you stand for?
Pretty much nothing. It's just
if you're like, dude,
the dollar sign is what everybody's gonna say.
This dude over here abuses his child. This dude over here is a weed
beats
head.
His wife.
This dude pushes his girlfriend. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. For a while there, all they did was have, maybe not all they did, but in a lot of the teams, there were a lot of quote-unquote convicts, right? Because people that had misdemeanors or some small charges, and they let them come back.
Mm-hmm.
And there was never any, like, suspension. There might be one or two, maybe a $30,000 fine. But for somebody making millions of dollars, it's a slap in the face, right? Yeah. It's just I agree. I hope they change their policy. And that way people going in know ahead of time.
On the policy thing, do you think they should change the marijuana?
That's a slippery slope, man, because to be honest, so many states are legalizing it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. It's like, man, how could you tell your players not to when the city they live in, the state they live in, the state they play for has it legalized?
Yep.
It's kind of like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's kind of one of those, you're a hypocrite. You're telling them not to do one thing, but the state they play for is allowing them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in the big picture, what all is weed really doing to them on the ball field?
That would be my argument there.
Fucking Josh Gordon played ridiculous while he was high as fuck.
Best case scenario.
There you go.
Best case scenario, we get the best fucking football we've ever seen with all them motherfuckers high. Because they're going to be...
Or the slowest football we've ever seen.
I don't think that'll happen, dude. I think we'll be looking at, like, big hits and incredible fucking plays, because they'll just be, like, balling out, dude. They'll be, like, in their zone.
Dude, one of the best baseball games I've ever played, I was fucking high as shit.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, you're allowed to drink, and I think drinking's worse for the most part.
Yeah, for real. It affects you a whole lot more.
Exactly. So I say let them...
I'm sure more NFL players have gotten in trouble because of drinking, whether it was DWIs or fighting in clubs or, abusing shit, because of drinking than because they were just high.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably lots of cases every year on something like that.
But I just see it as weird, man. You can't have all these fucking states legalizing it, and then the NFL's like, no, you can't. I know you can do it when you're at home, but you're suspended if we catch you doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense at all. It's just like any other business that wants to still have a drug policy and say, you know, you can't smoke weed to come to work. But I mean, it's the state that can legally. You can go to the store and buy it.
Yeah.
Right. You just can't do that anymore.
That's
Things are changing.
Too, is like I was asking my boss the other day. Is like if Texas legalized it for medicinal or not medicinal, but what do you
recreational use.
Yeah, recreational use.
Can I get high on my lunch break?
Yeah. Well, like. Say, or if you like wreck a car or something, or fuck something up.
Yeah.
Would you get in trouble?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you would. But I was like, why? It's legal.
Well, the weed smoking is legal, but you fucking up their car is a liability.
Yeah.
So they could be like, dude, you got to go.
Yeah.
I guess it's like drinking. Well, yeah, I guess it's like drinking on the job, right?
You know, it's not so much that you were high. It's just like we can't have someone getting high and wrecking our cars. You're costing us money now.
Yeah.
So you have to be gone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure policies would have to change, like, the drug policy would have to go away. They would no longer need to urine test you. And maybe you would get, like, one slide. Maybe just like, you know what? All right.
Yeah.
Weed is legal. Most people are smoking. Shit happens. It happens again, you lose your job. There's no middle ground.
Do you think Daryl was high when he hit that pole?
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm pretty sure Daryl dropped his blunt while driving that fucking car. He was reaching down to fucking find that motherfucker and hit the pole.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, fucking Daryl, dude, we were at work, right? And
Yeah.
Our parking lot was fucking completely empty.
Empty.
But we've got these big ass light poles, right?
Yeah.
And this dude fucking
He
hit one
a
dead
light pole
on.
and dead
Dead
on.
on.
Dead on.
Dead
Damn,
on.
yeah,
Ended
he was
up-
high.
You're
Ended
talking
up-
about
What
a,
was his-
20-lane parking lot, man.
Oh my
Completely
God.
empty.
Oh man.
Dude, I don't know if
Hey,
you
I
ever-
don't, hey, I've gotten lost in a completely empty parking lot high,
Yeah.
but I didn't hit anything.
He hit
Like I
some-
made my way out.
Yeah.
And not only did he hit it, but he totaled the fucking car.
Damn.
What's it totaled?
It was all the airbags were out and the front end was
Yeah, I
was
can't remember if
caved
it was
in.
totaled though. It was
Wow.
fucked up for sure. The airbags went off, so yeah.
In
I
the
d-
parking lot.
Maybe
in, the
he'll
park-
tune
in
in.
an empty parking lot, dude.
Maybe he'll tune in and let us know what
He's gonna
what
he's gonna
happened.
be
I
mad.
can't remember what
I
what he
wasn't
said.
high. I was my glasses fogged up and I couldn't see.
I can't remember what he said he did. I think he said he was like his phone had fell or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know, some
what
bullshit.
happened?
Coming back around to weed in the NFL. Someone, Mr. Bischoff, saying Goodell would make it a point like he did with Zeke Elliott. Kind of try to set an example, I guess. Is that
Was what?
jogging? I guess smoking weed in the NFL.
Well, people have already gotten caught and suspended for
Yeah.
it. So you really is not going to make an example of anybody now
Yeah.
Josh Gordon's the
because
biggest
he's done
example.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and then you got Aaron contributing. Who cares if they smoke weed? It's not steroids.
Exactly.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it actually probably has the opposite effect of steroids.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it would be performance enhancing. So.
And then you mentioned Doc Ellis pitched the no hitter on acid. I think everybody kind of knows of that. You all know that story?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
there you go. See?
I don't think it's that big of a deal,
No,
to
it's
be
not.
honest. Not in the times we're living in. I mean, you just rules and regulations are going to change, and you have to be willing to change with it, because any organization at a standstill isn't going to grow, and you're going to lose. They're going to lose fan base, and they're going to lose relevance, and and it's already going that way in some little ways. People are already watching football, and like fucking disappointed in all the little penalties and all the little calls, and you can't fucking even touch the quarterback now. And you hear people griping and complaining. And if that's the direction they continue to take, then we're no longer fucking watching football.
You're watching flag
Exactly.
or two-hand touch, pretty much.
Exactly. They're going to roll the quarterbacks out there in a red fucking uniform and say, you can't touch this dude. He's off limits.
Red
You know?
means stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make your plays everywhere else but fucking here. And it's...
How long until you have an all-time quarterback?
Dude, that'd be
Oh,
legit.
man. Wow. You're taking it
both
back
teams.
now, man.
Yeah.
Taking it back.
Shit.
For both teams.
Yep.
It'd be
Aaron
hard-
Rodgers, all-time quarterback.
It'd be hard not to have a loyalty, though.
Right.
If you're getting paid for it, right? That'd be weird.
Yeah.
To kind of set that up, but that would be fun. I'll tell you that much.
Dude,
Yeah.
you think... I don't know, man. You think NFL would gain in a little popularity because potheads that don't give a shit about football would now watch it because they're like, dude, this fucking thing supports potheads and everybody out there is smoking.
I think if they do it, they get ahead of the curve, right? Because I don't think the NBA or any of the majors have announced anything when it comes to marijuana and their policies, right? I think they're all still strictly zero tolerance. But
I think the UFC, I don't think they suspend you anymore for being high.
But is that a sport?
Yeah, it's a fucking sport.
Here we go.
Does anybody care?
Here we go.
It's just UFC.
Yeah, it's a sport, man. But
No,
I don't think they.
But the NFL would be
pretty sure.
huge.
Yeah. Oh,
Them coming out would set a standard for everybody
Agreed.
else.
Yeah.
People will follow. The other majors will follow if they do it.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yep.
you would look at the MLB and NBA, and they'd be like, dude, look what the NFL fucking brave enough to step out and do. You know, maybe we should look at following suit. I mean,
Yeah. And
whether
you
it's
know,
in our lifetime or not, it's going to be a question that has to be faced, because we're going to eventually all be open states when it comes to marijuana. It's going to fucking happen sooner or later, and you're going to have.
You think all states are going to be?
I think eventually they will.
I think we'll actually end up getting a federal law before all states finally agree. Like, you know, the
Yeah.
Arkansas and the Mississippis are going to be the last holdouts, and maybe even Texas. But eventually the feds are going to have, once, you know, 60% or 70% of the states have legalized it, they're going to have no choice but to say, okay, we need to go ahead and
Dude, and I don't even
do a
know what the
nationwide
big
one.
issue is, because you legalize it, you tax it, you fucking making money. They're going to make their money. They're going to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, Denver made a fuck.
I think it was
Colorado
like in
made
the
a fuck ton
billions.
of money, dude.
Like $1 billion in taxes the first year
Yeah.
they tried it. It was something fucking
I
outrageous.
think they're averaging like 45 minutes a month.
It's fucking
a month.
outrageous. So it's not like the government isn't going to get their piece of it. They will. And they can control it.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe that'll stop some of the K2s or the fucking bad shit that's coming through and making people sick. Maybe it'll stop some of that if they have a legit corner spot to go to and be like, you know what, give me some of this. Give me that.
Or even just get away from the legal prescription drugs,
Yeah.
right? That people are getting addicted to.
Oxycontin and fucking opioids.
I mean,
and
that's
shit
causing
like
more
that.
issues than marijuana,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, dude, a lot more people.
It would
are dying
probably
off of
solve.
that
I mean,
shit.
I'm not a weed smoker, but I think it would solve some of those issues.
What you
that
got,
we
B?
face.
I'm looking at the marijuana tax data of the great state of Colorado. Currently, right now, updated June of 19, total sales in anything marijuana since 2014, just a hair over $1 billion.
Yeah.
With
Wow.
a B.
Fuck,
With a
dude.
B.
Fucking ridiculous, dude.
That's so crazy.
Wow.
You know, I look at it like back in the day when we ended prohibition, and then, you know, our economy bounced back because we started, you know, selling alcohol and shit again. That's what it could potentially be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And liquid prohibition cost.
and it's gonna
right?
it's gonna
Cause more
create-
people to drink.
Yeah, and it's
Same
gonna
thing with weed.
it's gonna create more jobs for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, that's a fucking huge market that a ton of people are gonna be able to get into.
How many farmers
So-
complain because they can't get enough money for growing corn when they can just
Yeah.
clear their fields out and grow weed?
Yep.
I mean, man,
Yeah.
or even hemp.
Yeah, hemp.
There's an industry right there that's just going to keep money raking in.
Fucking solve some of the fucking traffic issues in Austin, because most motherfuckers can just stay home and smoke.
There you
They
go.
ain't gonna fucking go nowhere.
There you go, work from home.
Yeah,
Smoke
they're gonna
weed.
be like, dude, I'm too high to drive.
No,
Fuck
because
that.
we're all going to be driving. Well, we're all going to have Teslas. They're going to drive
Right.
themselves.
Yeah.
So you could just fucking toke up, just be stoned
Hey,
all
hold-
day.
Oh, man.
I don't got a fucking podcast, dude. I can't drive no Tesla. What are you talking about, man? Unless you're gonna share some of that money with me.
They'll all be part of Uber. You just call Uber, and
I'll
it'll
call
be,
Uber.
it'll,
That's
be
what
a,
it is, yeah.
it'll be a self-driving Tesla.
Let's talk some baseball, man. So the Yankees fucking set MLB record, broke the Rangers record from 2002. They set the MLB record for 28 straight games with a home run.
Dude, it's crazy that's not crazy that it's a record. I would think something like that would not be a record. Like, it would be broken over and over. Like, to hit a home run in 28 straight games doesn't seem like it's a. I wouldn't think it would be that big of a feat.
It's a hard time. It's hard to hit a home run, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised because you have all these elite baseball players that are big hitters, and I'm like, dude, so you're telling me y'all can't hit one home run every game that y'all
No.
play, at least one?
The last time,
There's
the
no
last
way.
person that had this record, or they beat the Rangers,
They
had
were
it
the Rangers
Rangers.
in 02.
2002, yeah.
I mean, that just shows you how many years it took
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
to
know.
get up that high.
That's why I was surprised when I saw it. I was like, what? This is an actual thing? I figured somebody's dropping a bomb every game.
No.
Somebody.
Yeah, and,
Not
well,
for the same team.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
That's-
Not for the
that's
same
thing.
team. Not for the same
The
team.
Yankees, I think they set a record last year. They were the first team ever to hit 20 home runs from every spot in the lineup, 1 through 9.
Wow.
which is fucking crazy.
That's what money buys you, man.
That's
Yeah.
that's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
That's what money
man.
buys you, dude.
The Golden State Warriors of the, the Golden State Warriors of the baseball world.
It's crazy to me, dude. But yeah, so they're off to a hot start, man. They've been playing really good. I hate to fucking say it, but they've been playing really good, dude. Big matchup this weekend. Well, it's not a big matchup because they're only playing 2 fucking games, which is stupid. But they're going to London to play the Red Sox.
Is it just a big matchup because it's the Red Sox?
Well,
because you like the Red Sox, or you like a big matchup.
Yankees and Red Sox
It's a
games
rivalry
are always big. It's like whenever Dallas plays the Eagles or the Giants.
Yeah,
rivalry.
Texas plays Oklahoma. It's big. It's big time. Yeah,
and it's in London, so I mean that's a nice little twist there.
Yep. Yeah. So it'll be fun, man.
Legit, man. Good for them, dude.
Yeah, and then the All-Star game is coming up, and the All-Star voting just ended. So at catcher for the AL, it's going to be Gary Sanchez from the Yankees. NL is going to be Wilson Contreras of the Cubs. First base for AL is going to be Carlos Santana. NL is Freddie Freeman.
Wait, the dude that plays guitar?
Yeah, when did he start playing baseball?
That motherfucker, he's a little old, right?
Right.
Hey, they just put him at first base with a chair and say, dude, just put your glove out. That's it.
They let him
throw it to you.
They let him swing his guitar at the plate. Oh, that's why he's got so many
dangerous.
That's why he's got so many home runs. But yeah,
that's the secret right there.
So NL is at first base is Freddie Freeman. Second base for AL is DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees. NL is I don't know how the fuck. I guess it's Ketel Marte for the D-backs. Third base is Alex Bregman, which I don't know how the fuck Alex Bregman is starting for the AL. The dude's fucking hitting like 260. But, I mean, he's got 22 home runs, but fuck, dude. I don't know. That seems weird to me. NL is Nolan Arenado, which that guy's fucking legit. Shortstop for AL is Jorge Polanco for the Twins. NL is Javier Baez. Starting outfield for the American League is Mike Trout, of course.
Yeah.
George Springer and Michael Brantley. It's not bad, but Brantley's, I don't know. Some of these fucking picks are crazy.
Well, I've noticed that you just talking shit on the Astros guys.
No,
well, Bregman, now Brantley.
I had seen those guys. Earlier, and I was like, why is that? But I mean, the outfield is kind of weak for the AL, man. I mean, Mike Trout's legit, Springer's legit, but Brantley, I mean, I don't know. I guess outfielder runner-ups were Aaron Judge, Mookie Betts, Eddie Rosario, Joey Gallo. Which Joey Gallo, if he didn't get hurt, he probably would have been starting in the outfield because that dude was been fucking dropping bombs. Austin Meadows, Josh Reddick. I mean, I guess you don't really have much to choose from. But the fucking National League outfield is legit, dude. Fucking Christian Yelich, which that dude's been fucking on fire. Cody Bellinger's, he's hitting fucking 354, and he's got like 26 homers, 26 or 27. And Ronald Acuna Jr. is fucking legit for the Braves. Designated hitter is for the AL is Hunter Pence. See, that doesn't make sense to me either, dude. The dude's hitting 226. Oh, no, that's last year. I don't know what he's hitting this year. Oh, man, I don't know. And then, yeah. I guess the NL doesn't have a...
DH,
yeah. Well, why don't they have DH? I don't know.
They don't need one.
No, they do need one because they're playing... I think they're playing... where's the game at? I think it's going to be in Minnesota. I don't know. But, yeah. So, those are your starting lineups. But, yeah, man.
Yeah, man, sounds good. I can't wait to watch the home run contest.
Do you still watch it?
Fuck yeah, dude.
I didn't. I kind of stopped because dude, fucking Chris Berman is annoying as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when
Dude.
he's like, back. Like, dude, shut the fuck up,
Yeah,
man.
that gets annoying.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. I agree with
Like,
you.
just
Chris
fucking
Berman.
say,
Dude, I liked it.
once or twice, back. Maybe 3 times, back.
No, this dude goes hard at it, boy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he
I
knows
think they
that's
finally changed him, though, right? He's not doing it anymore.
I
don't know.
I don't think
I thought he
is.
did it last year.
They might like
I
that.
don't know.
Wasn't last year?
Hopefully they tell him you need to fucking relax.
Wasn't last year the year Harper won it? Wasn't it? He won it. His dad was pitching for him.
I think it was last year.
Yeah, that was a good moment,
that's
man.
fucking terrible, dude. Stop.
Yeah, that is annoying.
It's so bad, dude.
I'm already annoyed.
Dude, those are the worst ones right there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, back.
Sounds like a
That needs to
fucking-
be a
What the
soundbite
fuck?
or
Like a
something.
duck.
Like a fucking duck, man.
No, you know what he sounds like? He sounds
the
like
alien.
Yes, from Mars
Yeah,
Attacks.
Yeah.
Back.
Dude, we're going old school now.
Oh man, back. He looks like an alien right there. Yeah, man. That's
Oh, hang on. We got to cancel the Democratic presidential debate's about to start.
oh yeah. Let's not talk
All right,
about
here. Let's
that.
put
Oh,
it
yeah. Just put it in our place and we'll go home.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So the home run derby is fun, dude. But you know what I like watching more is the celebrity softball game they play before that.
Dude, I don't know if I've ever fully watched one of those.
It's so awesome.
I don't think I've ever like sat down and watched the celebrity softball.
It's pretty fun, dude.
I always make sure to watch the home run derby.
You know who used to show out in that celebrity softball game is fucking Nelly.
Nelly. Yeah, Nelly was a baller, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd watch him play and he had like talent. He was
knew
athletic.
what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to be going to some college, but he ended up rapping. He had like college offers to go play ball, but he
Dude
ended
can
up
spit
being a
bars,
rapper.
man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
He probably made more money on that than what he would
Fuck
playing
yeah.
baseball.
It's not like he was gonna go to the MLB or anything.
You never know, man.
Dude, we do
you
know.
never know.
They don't accept people in wearing band-aids for fashion. It just doesn't happen.
he certainly started a trend though doing that.
Yeah. You see it coming back too, right? There's like I've seen
Dude, everything comes back. Nobody has original fucking ideas no more, dude.
That's true, man.
I was listening to some song, man, the other day on the radio, a new song, and my daughter's singing it, and I'm like, dude, this fucking beat is from. Oh, I'm just gonna make up a name. Like, I got 5 on it by Lunas. What the fuck they doing? Just
Yeah.
right on top of
That's
it.
called a sample.
I know, but I'm like, dude, there is no more original music. Everybody just samples.
What's sad is
everybody.
people like your daughter's age that don't know the
Don't
original
know
no
song.
where it comes
idea.
from. Yeah.
Yeah,
You've
Yeah,
never
they're-
had
oh, this
her
is
listen to
great.
I've got 5 on it.
no.
You're terrible. You failed as a parent.
How, dude? She knows all about DJ Screw and all that.
But she's never heard I've got 5 on it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's bad.
I'm sure she has somewhere, man.
Probably.
I listen to all
Probably.
that shit.
Dude, talking about that, have y'all seen that movie Us?
No.
Oh,
Is
it's
it
a great
good?
movie.
Dude,
it's a
it's
great
so
movie.
good.
What?
It's a great movie.
It's crazy.
I
Is it
recommend
scary?
it.
It's weird as fuck.
I think
No,
it's-
but is it scary?
No, it's not that scary.
It's a great story.
All right.
It's
I
a
don't
great
like
story.
scary
no,
movies.
it's not that scary.
No, it's a great story.
My daughters were laughing through some of it, so I'm pretty sure you can make it through.
I don't know, man.
I think you just like the way it plays with your mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have
it's
to- I might
crazy,
watch it.
man. It's a weird
I'm gonna have to
movie.
watch it then. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't expect the plot. I didn't
Yeah.
see it in the trailer. You don't.
So
obviously
that
get
dude that wrote it, he's on fire, man. With Get Out and this movie, Us.
Yeah,
right?
he's
That
doing
Keenan
great.
Powell or whatever his name is.
Is that who it was? I don't know.
It's the same writer,
Yeah.
the same dude
Mhm,
that
same guy.
Get Out. He came out with this, and this is like he did Get Out with a small budget,
Yeah.
and it fucking blew up. And so the next this Get Out, I mean this Us, they were like, all right, dude, what budget you want? Let's make this big time. We think the story's gonna be great.
And even then,
Yeah.
they only spent like 20 million, something like that.
Yeah, it does.
They
It
made
doesn't
like
look
100
like it's a big time,
Budget.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So
It's just great acting. They had pretty good actors in there,
I
Yeah.
wonder what the next one.
and the story. I mean, anything with a great story
yeah,
makes for a great movie.
yeah, it's
I'm gonna
crazy.
have to watch it then.
Yeah, you'll
I
have to
haven't
watch
seen
it.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Put it on your list.
Yeah, so NBA,
All right, it's over.
your boy Giannis won the MVP, and my boy Luka got Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
One thing I wanted to ask you guys,
yeah.
and I was discussing this with my brother. What do you think about the format where they have it now after the season is over, like even the finals are over? Because I think up until like 2 years ago, they had it like if somebody won the regular season MVP, they would give it to that person. If they're playing the playoffs, they would give it to that person at one of their home games in front of their fans, like they're in halftime, right? And the aura, the environment, they all liked it, And now it's 2 weeks after the last game.
Yeah,
Nobody's, in my opinion, nobody's thinking about it. People are thinking about the draft. and then after that they think about the summer camps, right? Like nobody's, I don't know. In my opinion, nobody was thinking about the awards.
They should make a bigger deal about it.
And I mean, you can tell by the ratings.
Yeah.
They got like maybe 1 million people watching it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're talking about regular season awards, and you're doing it
way after,
way after, even after
the
basketball season ends.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll probably go back once they sit down and see the numbers and be like, dude, this wasn't grabbing the attention we thought it would. They'll revert back to doing it during the game, or how you said during the year, during one of the games, home game, home crowd. You know, you make a bigger thing out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, it is the MVP award, so you want to give the person who wins it his just.
But you think Giannis should have won it, or you think Harden should have won it? Because Harden's usually everybody's number 2.
I don't know. I mean, Harden had a great year.
What do you think?
I think Giannis is just a better overall player, right? I mean, Harden, hell of an offensive player, right? I mean, you there's no denying that. Mm-hmm. But Giannis, man, he just, and for his height, he's just athletic as can be.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy certainly surprised me. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and then did you see the news that Kawhi was supposed to be meeting with the
Lakers,
with the Lakers and the Clippers?
Bro, bring it. I'm telling you.
And who was it? Just to be clear, who was the one that said the Lakers were going to have $32 million to spend?
Who
on the cap? Who said that on the
Adrian
show?
Wojnarowski? Oh, me?
On the show, who said it?
I was saying the Lakers are going to clear up. I mean, going to get KD or one of.
That's
the big
not what
guys.
I asked you.
Well, I don't understand your question.
Okay, who on the show said that the Lakers were going to have $32 million of cap space?
You did.
Okay, that's
because Daryl.
I know. I was like, it obviously wasn't me.
What did you not hear the first time?
Because Daryl, I know Daryl didn't.
Yeah, Daryl was
like, fuck you, Lakers aren't getting Kawhi, Lakers aren't getting KD.
Well, he was saying that they were going to have 32, and I was like, no, they're going to get 32.
Yeah, and y'all tried to y'all were doing the math, and
yeah.
Dude, why else would they be clearing a big cap space like that? Do you think,
I think
it's to go get 7 or 8 little people?
No, I think they're gonna. I think, from what I've seen, everything that I've seen is they're saying that they're gonna go and get a max player.
Yes.
And then they're gonna, get a bunch of scrubs to fill in, but.
So is it out of the question to go look for a KD or Kawhi?
I don't think you're gonna go get KD.
Okay, well then Kawhi. He wants to go back.
Yeah, I would say to Kawhi. Or I've also heard them talking about going to get Kemba Walker, but who knows, man? Who knows what they're gonna do, dude?
Yeah, but
these super teams nowadays.
Dude, a fucking super team, a Lakers team with Kawhi, Anthony Davis, and LeBron. That's bananas, dude.
Yeah,
they're not gonna lose.
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
They won't. They won't.
You're talking about an instant dynasty that, that you got for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the super teams, right? But it's just the way it is nowadays.
But that's where it's going.
With the money they have thrown around, you can do it. And that's started with the Heat, and then it went to I guess Cleveland was kind of there, and then
Boston was the first real one. Boston Celtics, when they had Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce.
But who are they building around, though? Huh? Who are they building around? Did they just happen to pull in 3 big guys, or were they building? Like, I think the Lakers are more towards building around LeBron, just like they did in Cleveland.
Yeah.
What do you need? What do we need to get you?
Yeah.
Let's make that happen.
I think they are building around him, but I can't remember. Well, the Celtics had Paul Pierce. They went out and got Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett, which was fucking huge. I mean, it was unheard of to have 3 of those big, big type of names on one team.
Yeah.
I guess they're the ones that started it,
But I think
it also started because, LeBron couldn't get anybody. I mean, honestly, dude, who the fuck wants to go play in Cleveland?
Nobody.
Right?
Nobody would want to.
People are blaming it or giving them a bunch of shit for leaving. Why the fuck wouldn't you leave?
Yeah.
And
look what happened when he left.
Well, the thing about it is everything's about championships. If he would have sat there and stayed in Cleveland his whole career and not won a championship, he would have gone down like Charles Barkley, where he's a great player, but he could never win a ring.
There's a lot of greats that happened to.
Yeah.
he's gonna forever have asterisks anyways because
it's one of the best quarterbacks ever. Dan Marino is not in the talk with Tom Brady and fucking Steve Young and all the other great quarterbacks. He's not in the conversation because he never won a ring.
Yeah.
Which he should be in that conversation easily.
Yeah.
So I think you have to win, dude. You have to win rings. Have to win rings.
Yeah. But like I was going to say, LeBron's going to get shit anyways because everybody's just going to associate his rings with the super team.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it by yourself. You had to bring in blah, 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 blah.
But
pretty
that's
much.
Fucking bullshit,
pretty
dude,
much.
because everybody had his fucking super
really,
team.
I mean, who else could go into an NBA team and was great enough to say, this is what I need and you're going to do it for me? And they would do it. And then he would win them a championship. Who else does that?
Well, nobody has ever won a championship by themselves. Nobody. Kobe had Shaq. And then you saw whenever Shaq left, Kobe, he didn't win nothing until he got Paul Gasol, which was, I mean, that dude was legit too. And D Wade didn't win until he had Shaq. And then he started winning again when he had LeBron and Bosh.
Yeah.
Everybody
needs that somebody.
Yeah. Duncan and Tony Parker, they were legit together, and Ginobili,
But the difference is, I think, at least when it comes to the Spurs, Parker and Ginobili were really not known.
No, they weren't.
They're both international players that San Antonio, Popovich took a chance on, and I guess he saw it.
And they showed out, man.
And they showed out, exactly. Yeah. A lot of these super teams are going after guys that have been in the league or they're in the league 1 year or something like that, and they're just incredible, right? So they're like, oh, we got to have that person.
Yeah.
We got to have that person. So it's a super team based on players that you already know are legit.
Yeah.
Versus taking a risk on somebody.
Yeah. Most definitely. And that's just the time.
Yeah,
I would think that the teams back in the 80s and 90s, if they had the ability to do it, what owner or GM would not say, let me get 3 of the top guys in the NBA and put them on my team? We have the money. Let's do it.
So my brother-in-law, Chris, shout out to him. Thanks for listening, man. He says, I don't know, man. Durant turned down $31 million. He's going somewhere. Yeah, he's going somewhere, but I don't think he's going to the Lakers. I think he's going to I think a lot of people have him going to the Knicks.
Oh, because of that new agent he signed or something? Right?
Yeah, they had him. Well, a lot of people were thinking that Kyrie and Durant are going to go and play for the Knicks. But they could. I don't know, man.
It's all speculation, dude. He could also, turn down his player option to try to get a max deal and stay where he's at. Yeah. Get a 4 or 5 year contract, big money, and stay there.
I mean, he's already won the ring that he was looking for right after he left Oklahoma City. So I think at this point, it's just where he feels more comfortable playing. Yeah. And obviously, I'm not talking about a scrub team, but a legit contender, and just not the highest one because he's already got the ring.
And who are you keeping? If you keep Steph Curry, you still have Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. I mean, you still have guys there. Maybe you lose one, but if you can keep 3 or 2 out of those, you're still a contending team.
Well, they won without him before he got there. So
everything that I've heard from Klay is that he's going back. I think Klay is signing with the Warriors again. The one that might leave is Cousins. Cousins might end up leaving there. But yeah, man, it's all weird, dude. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows.
The Mavs are supposed to be going after Kemba Walker too, which. Dude, they're setting up a pretty good team there in Dallas, dude. The Mavericks finally, with Porzingis and Luka and if they get Kemba Walker, it'd be a fucking nice little trio right there.
Shout out to Nowitzki for playing all those years and
that's my boy.
Sticking to it, man.
Winning the ring.
One of the best 7-footers out there, man. I'm telling you, it's great to watch him play.
Yeah, that dude was crazy, man.
To shoot threes, you just don't see that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's gonna be a crazy NBA offseason.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's go to. Oh no.
The king is back! Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
Yeah, twice.
I know, double fucking take, dude.
All right, man.
Let's get into it, dude.
Let's get into it.
Should we put on our foil fucking hats or what?
Do we have any? I didn't bring mine.
Brandon, you got some foil out there, dude? We should have started this segment with some full hats. Man. That would have been so legit.
Fresh out of full.
We fucking
Fresh
we fucking slipped on that, dude. We should have thought that one out, man.
Just had him
right, we just put them on, and now surprise, fucking
damn,
that would have been legit.
Cut.
Right.
Some of y'all motherfuckers need to be thinking on y'all toes during the day. Yeah, dang it.
Or you could actually make some good
X-Files
suggestions
theme
to
song.
the show.
Yeah, I could probably do something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Maybe.
Well, let's get into this shit.
Yeah, so I've watched a new documentary that's on Netflix. So if y'all are fucking alien nuts, dude, there's a really good documentary on Netflix called Bob Lazar UFO
Area 51 and Flying Saucers.
Yeah, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. It's fucking good, man. And Bob Lazar has been around for what, since like the late 80s?
Since the 80s when he first came out with this shit.
Yeah, I think it was like 87,
89.
88, 89?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this dude, supposedly he was working at, or near Area 51 at S4 facility, and he worked on one of the, nine spacecrafts that we were supposed to have. He was working on one of them, and then he ended up coming out and spilling the beans to everybody, dude.
About what he saw, what he was working on, what he was doing.
Yep.
At first, he did it incognito as a guy named Dennis.
Yes.
But then somewhere he thought, my chances of staying alive are bringing this public.
Well, the thing was too was he ended up getting caught taking his friends out to where they were running the test flights.
Yeah, test flights. Mm-hmm.
So he ended up getting caught, and then that's whenever I think he ended up coming out public because they were listening to his calls, his wife's calls, and they ended up holding some information about his wife cheating on him.
Yeah.
And they released that, and so then he was like, "Oh fuck, dude, they're listening to everything."
Yeah.
So he's like, "I gotta, do something."
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up going public, and a lot of people, it's crazy because what he says is the government went and tried to take away his
credentials. They tried to erase him from fucking.
Because they said he never went to MIT and
never went to Caltech.
And
never worked at Los Alamos.
Yeah.
Just pretty much take away everything he was.
Yeah. So they were like, this guy doesn't know anything, but he was able to prove that he did.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy, man. His fucking stories, like.
Well, supposedly his job there was to reverse engineer the propulsion system in the aircraft, which they have something that makes anti-gravity, which is essentially how the UFO flies.
Yeah.
Which I want to point out real quick, the way that they're saying how it like warps space and everything around it. It's also exactly how the Planet Express ship flies in Futurama.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Futurama was on it, dude.
I got a nice little tidbit.
I'm a big Futurama fan, and that's the exact same way that the ship flies.
Oh, that's cool.
It compresses space in front of it, and it just falls
towards it.
Yeah.
Towards it, yeah.
Wow. But there you go.
Yeah, but that's why he was saying that he knew that this spacecraft or this aircraft wasn't from Earth because we don't have anything that can manipulate gravity like that or that can create gravity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the whole thing about particle 115.
Mm-hmm. Element 115.
Yeah, element 115 is fucking crazy. Which supposedly he took some.
Yeah.
And they raided his house and his lab a few times. They raided his lab actually while they were filming this Netflix.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy, dude.
I think that's what kind of got me was the element 115 part of the story because, if you read up on it, it's something that wasn't at least officially synthesized until 2003 and then again in 2015, and it only survives for like milliseconds before it goes away. So if it's true, and one, how did he know about it, right?
Exactly.
It's not like he just came up with the next number in the sequence because that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it is true, and they did use it as their part of the propulsion system, if we can barely synthesize it now, 20, almost 30 years later,
mm-hmm.
it has to be from some advanced civilization that knows how to keep it stable and long enough, right, to keep it stable. So that's what got me, man. That part of it's hard to refute something like that.
Yeah. And that's what he said. He says that's what, even though we can make it, he's like, that's what separates us, is that we can't stabilize it yet. He goes, the minute we can stabilize it, now we have a whole different fuel. We have a whole different way of combining atoms and getting power. I think in one of his interviews, he was like, and that's just on propulsion. He's like, that doesn't even tell you the effects it would have on war, modern war. Being able to fucking put a shield around something, an anti-gravity shield that produces gravity going outward that nobody can touch, penetrate inward. And he's like, it's limitless. Like,
he was also saying that you'd be able to manipulate time with it.
I forgot the whole time thing he had said with it, that it's not like you could go back or forward, but it would I want to say jump little like milliseconds of time. It would it would skip them. But not only that, cloaking ability.
Yeah, well,
he was like, when this thing is fully charged in the ship and you're looking under it straight up, he goes, it's invisible. You don't see it because it literally, the gravity distorts light away from it, around it. He goes, so it's invisible. He's like, so you put that into military use, and all of a sudden we got complete stealth.
Yeah. So you're looking at the background, right? Even though there's something there.
Yeah.
Right, because it's bringing the light from the back.
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible.
I mean, the implications of this element, it's limitless, dude. What can happen? The crazy thing is, he was telling people this back in the 80s.
Yeah.
This is what fuels the ship. And we don't even know what it is. We don't have anything that can construct it. We don't have this element that creates it naturally in our Earth. What the fuck is it?
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody believed them. And then in 2004, the fucking Russians make this shit, and they're like, well, element 115, there it is. Exactly. It's like the only difference is we can't stabilize it, and the one we found is stable.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, so that on itself was a big, like, for him, was a big justification of what he's been saying, dude. And not only that, there were like a whole bunch of little ones, like finding the fucking phone book from Los Alamos that had his directory, his name in there.
Or the news clipping that has his name and said he was a scientist.
At Los Alamos.
If you guys turn around, I found his W-2 from his taxes that year. And
Naval Intelligence.
It's, right there. And I mean,
Look
he made
at
a
that.
whopping, what is it? Is that 558?
958.
958. All right, making that money.
Yeah, he would have been rolling in a Beamer too. No, he was actually rolling in a Honda with a fucking jet engine.
Jet engine.
Yeah. I mean, come on. The guy's building jet engines on his vehicles and his bikes. Like,
He said that was his daily driver too.
Yeah, he said, I drive that to work. So, he had some justification when they found that. And the dude that did the interview was like, you know how many times we called this place and got denied and told, no, he don't work here. We don't know anything about this.
Can we watch that his video? Isn't there? I think there is, right? YouTube video of when they were out there watching the test flights, him and his friends.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
So he got justified there, right? And then he got even more justification on the Joe Rogan podcast when the dude said, dude, I found the handwritten letter that they brought to your buddy seeking permission to do background check on you.
Yep.
He's like, they had it, and I have it, and I want to give it to you.
Yeah.
And he was fucking blown away there, like, oh shit, I can't believe why are you just telling me now? Why didn't you tell me this? And he's like, I just found it, dude. We just got it. And he's like,
yeah,
because
supposedly he was talking to he's been talking to one of the security guards that used to work there, and he's the one that had that letter. It's fucking crazy, man.
So all these little things,
you start adding all those things
you start
together.
adding them up, and it's like, dude, he was either taking shots in the dark back in the 80s, and this shit just happens to stick, or he was actually telling the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're later on finding out that, it's starting to line up. Even with the handprint, the handprint scanner, when they found pictures of it. Back in the 80s, nobody heard anything about this. And he's like, dude, they didn't have fingerprint scanners. So they measured bone density, and he would explain it, and nobody fucking believed him.
Yep, until they found
they found the pictures of it, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, see? It's like he wasn't making this shit up, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Nowhere else.
That scene was pretty impressive, like when he showed him, like when he found the handprint, the bone, like.
And he fucking freaked out, dude.
Yeah, he was like, dude, like, this is it. This is
Well, supposedly, did you hear the Joe Rogan podcast?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he showed him that for the first time right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
He wanted to catch his reaction.
Yeah, he says that reaction you see is his legit reaction
authentic,
to being authenticated.
That dude did a really good job on that documentary, man.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, it's like so fucking far fetched. It's crazy, but it's hard to. I mean, a little piece of me wants to deny it and be like, no, this can't be fucking true, man. But then it's like, dude, this dude is saying things that are later coming true, and they're finding evidence to support what he's saying. It's like,
I think that's what's different from all the other UFO sightings or stories that you hear, right? You have these grainy pictures of some flying disc somewhere that, could be made up, right? People have done a lot of those hoaxes, but this guy has a lot of legit, like, documents, right? Like government documents or Element 115, for example. Like, you can't just come up with something like that.
Yeah.
That would be a very far-fetched idea.
Yeah.
To just say, oh, yeah, it was Element 115. Like,
Hey, Brandon, what happened?
Who says that?
Here?
What?
Oh, we lost picture here. And it's not like they created it because he said it. Like, oh, he said something about 115. Let's
yeah, exactly.
Let's try to
You can't just create
No,
an element.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
It's totally just, time's catching up. And just like he said that, that project was like an 8-year project every 8 years. He said because they would hold off and wait for some technology to catch up and say, okay, let's try to figure this shit out again now that we got a little more technology, and try it again and then try it again. And, man, it's fucking wild.
It also makes complete sense when he says they, when Joe Rogan asked him, like, so do you know how they came up, like how they acquired these ships? And he's like, I couldn't tell you because they compartmentalize
everything,
what they tell you, right? And even when he mentioned the briefings, how they might throw some fluff in there to kind of either, if you ever snitch,
So
they know it
trace
was you.
Back,
or it's just to kind of throw you off, right? Some of this stuff is not true, and the stuff that's true, you're not going to be able to tell, right? It's just, I mean, that just sounds like it's the government work.
Yeah.
I mean, who else would come up with
man.
something like that than the government?
Yeah. And so I did some more research, and I went to the Bob Lazar website and was looking at some stuff, and there was an article of another guy named Eric Davis who was trying to debunk everything he said and just pretty much like, no, it's bullshit. He just made all this up. And he was putting up interviews that he had did with certain people and like, well, they couldn't prove this and they can't prove that. And, he said he went to this high school, but there's no records of this high school. And there's, when asked about, give me a professor at Caltech, he named a professor. He goes, I looked up that professor, and that professor works at a college way the fuck over here, teaching physics, but not at MIT. So I don't know how he was able to do that and talk about this guy. So he was trying to debunk a lot of stuff, but in one of his articles, he shows how he met another physicist that worked in, I think it was Los Alamos, and the guy had told him, "Hey man, did you ever know of the Robert Lazar?" And the guy was like, for the first time was like, "Yeah, I knew that guy." He's like, "Well, did you know him? He goes, "Well, no. I mean, we saw each other in passing." And he goes, "But you know who the physicists are when you see them." He goes, "I could tell he was a physicist by the way he walked, the way what he wore, the clothes he wore, the things he talked about. You could tell the other physicists in the
Pocket
building."
protector,
Because-
nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the
This
report,
guy's one of those physicists.
the report was
Walking
that
around with your slide rule.
the report was that he didn't work at S4, that he worked in a stealth location, S5 I think they called it, where they did stealth research as like a radiation monitor technician. And so the guy came out and was like, "No man, we saw him. I saw him. We would go to some of the same briefings and I'd make eye contact with them. Never really knew him." And so that was pretty interesting that he had someone that related. And the guy was like, "Well, how do you know he was a physicist?" He's like, "Well, because you sit down and I talk about my work buddies, and somewhere in there they would say, 'Hey man, do you know so-and-so's working on this part of this and over there in his lab, and they had a breakthrough or whatever,' and his name would come up as being a part of those things." He's like, "So yeah, I can verify he was there and he worked there as a physician. I mean, not a physician, a physicist."
Yeah, the other thing that was crazy too was how he was describing how small the seats were
Yeah.
for for the aircraft.
yeah.
I was like,
littles.
jeez, dude.
It was crazy when he was like, well, the only place I could really stand up, and he was 5'10", was in the
Right
middle
in the
of
middle,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, that's the only place I could truly stand straight up.
That's so
you know?
crazy, dude.
I think people just find it hard to believe because it's not part of our reality, right? So
Yeah.
it's just, there's no way it could be possible.
Yeah.
But you got to think outside the box, right? I mean, where would we be if we didn't think outside the box?
Yeah.
We still be thinking the sun revolves around us.
Yeah.
And
That's so crazy.
what's
dude.
crazy is when he starts saying, well, we think it came from Zeta Reticuli or whatever 3, which is a binary system, shouldn't be capable of this. But he's like, that's the markings they had. And, he couldn't really verify it. But what was crazy when Joe Rogan was like, one of the guys was like, it's crazy to see how they might have evolved and how much smarter they are of us. And, man, I can't remember if it was Rogan or Bob, but he's like, just because they had that element didn't mean they've evolved way past us. That element might have been naturally there.
Yeah.
That
on
was just
their
what they had
planet.
to work
Yeah.
with.
That's what they had to work with. So just like we started out with steam because we just took
'Cause that's
what
what
we
we
had. He goes, that might have been their first thing.
Yeah.
And so they started immediately with that. They come over here, and it's all of a sudden light years ahead of us because we have none of that
Yeah.
available to us.
I liked his analogy where he was like, if you dropped a nuclear reactor in like the 17th,
Yeah.
18th
They would've
century, it's
fucking
like they'd
freaked
be
out.
like, what the fuck? But eventually, like they'd break it apart and
Yeah.
kind of figure out its workings.
Well, it might blow themselves up before that.
Or
but
yeah,
either
it
way.
radiated everybody before,
Yeah.
but
It's a learning curve.
that was great, dude.
I mean, even if Zeta Reticuli does not have any planets, that doesn't mean, or at least that doesn't mean it doesn't have planets, right? Because it may not have planets now, but for the longest time, Alpha Centauri, which is the nearest star, didn't have planets until we came up with a new way to detect planets, and now we know there's a couple planets around
True.
that binary star system.
Yeah.
So there could be planets, we just can't see them because they're tiny and it's so far away,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't use that as at least for the debunkers out there, I wouldn't use that as something to use to debunk his story.
But it is fucking crazy, dude.
It
I
is,
mean, because
man.
if the things he was saying about it just being like seamless fabrication of the ship, no seams,
No 90-degree angles.
no 90-degree angles, no screens that he could tell.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I was so excited when I saw the hatch because it was the first thing that I thought, shit, we could build this. He was like, that was like the first thing that caught my eyes. I was like, dude, I know how that's built.
It's the one thing I'm familiar with.
Yeah, and I was like, it was crazy just to see, to hear their explanation of how this thing was put together, and how everything was wireless. It had to be in the vicinity of what it belonged to, and it would activate, And it's just like, man, it's crazy to think if this is legit. What kind of species are out there, and how smart are they? That they made it to this part.
Yeah.
So far ahead of us. Even if they're in their infancy state, it's still, maybe, I don't want to say millions, but it's really far advanced from what we are doing now.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think just the thought that somebody else is out there and we're not alone would be
Crazy.
the biggest thing in history, right?
Dude Zillis, thanks for watching, but he says,
Oh,
who is
dude,
the guy
dude,
in the
glasses.
glasses? Is he new? Yes, he's
Yep,
new. He's
I'm the new guy.
He's sitting in for
The-
Daryl.
Yeah, D smoked too much, couldn't get out the couch.
I'm the substitute.
I don't know. I think he's playing softball.
I don't
so
know,
I think
probably.
he thinks softball is more important than the show, man. That's why he's not getting his paycheck this week.
Oh man,
yeah.
you fucked that up, man.
Dude, yeah, man. And then who was the new guy that had that saw the Tic Tac aircraft? Did y'all see that one?
The new guy that saw the TikTok.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right, Brandon?
Well, I remember
Yeah, I
them
think
talking
so,
about
yeah.
it,
I
but
can't remember what the guy's name is.
the guy was
me a
the
minute.
director, producer from that Netflix flick.
No,
The one with the silver hair?
no, that's not this dude was like a pilot.
I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about the recent story?
Yeah, the recent one.
Where they noted they saw something.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah, I
remember
think
what
they
the
were
fighter
actually-
pilot was.
they
I
were-
think
yeah,
there was
they
like
were
3
jets.
or 4 of them that saw it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There was even an
and
audio
it went
recording.
underwater. I think it started over water and then it went underwater and just like fucking took off. But they said that thing
that's
traveled.
the one that started at like 80,000 feet and just
dropped straight
to,
down, and then it ends up going like 60 miles in
like
60 seconds.
It was instantaneously. When Bob was talking about it, he said it was actually at the fighter's next maneuver point before they even knew to go there.
Yeah.
It was already there. And they were like, how they knew that is...
But that's where the like, I guess the jumping, I don't know if it's like, I don't know how they explained it, but it was like bending time or jumping time.
Yeah.
But it was like, that's how it moves, you know? So that's why I was able to, because Joe Rogan was like, oh, so it travels, you know,
a
mile per
a
second.
He's like, no, it was there instantaneously.
Yeah.
Commander David Fravor.
That's what his name is. I knew it was like Favre or something like that.
It was Brett Favre. Brett Favre.
That's what he's doing in retirement.
Brett Favre's over
They're like,
there
oh, it wasn't a
flying.
tic tac. He threw a football out there. It just hasn't come down. It's fucking orbiting.
Hey, I guarantee he was wearing Wrangler's jeans.
Oh yeah, no doubt about
they
it.
know that. But yeah, dude, that's crazy too, man. But he was saying, like he was also saying that all the aircrafts are different.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, one of them looked like jelly or something like that.
Yeah, they
that
call
it
it
was
the
like
jelly mode or
Jelly
Yeah.
bowl.
which is crazy.
So
man.
either they're different
but
species or they're the same, just different ships.
different tooling
it
ships.
could be just like we have different aircrafts for different things.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly.
So it's so crazy, dude. So crazy.
But
shit,
that would mean
man.
the same species has been coming and visiting us, right?
Yeah.
And either crash landing
Dropping
or
people
whatever
off
happened.
or
But
fucking
For a
coming
long
to check
time,
shit
man.
out.
Maybe seeing if we're gonna make it to that next step in our evolution.
Yeah.
If we're gonna, because they always say you got to make it to a certain point in order to jump to the next point, and if we don't, then we're doomed.
Yeah.
Because you run out of resources, you run out of, pretty much everything you have. You just
or you destroy yourself.
Exactly.
Right? Which
You never make
looks
that
like that's
leap.
where we're heading. But
And maybe they could be there for that. Just like, dude, let's watch them. They've made it this far. Let's see if they make that next jump.
which is why I'm a big advocate of the space program. I mean, it's like
Space Force.
it's like less than 50%. It's 0.5 of 1% of the national budget, and people complain about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like $5 billion, but still, compared to what we spend on other crap.
What's that new comment there, Brandon?
From Chris.
Yes.
They're extremely intelligent. We, as humankind, barely even meet a fraction of what they know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, if they can fucking
Right.
conquer,
Well, then
interstellar
Space
travel,
Then,
yeah.
then just traveling
Travel
to our
light
planet
years.
is shows that they're fucking
Yeah.
that we're stupid.
And the thing is, if
we're
We're over here building fucking blowjob machines.
Yeah.
if
We can't even fucking collect semen, right? And these motherfuckers are traveling.
if there's an alien species that can travel to us, then not only do we know we're not alone, but they're probably not the only ones out there.
Yeah.
No telling. That opens the door for no telling how many species of aliens are out there inhabiting, different solar systems, different galaxies.
And something I like to think about is think about different eras of time that these different civilizations are on. These are aliens.
Yeah.
They could be several thousand, millennia advanced.
Yep.
And then it can also go just the other way. We can find another planet where there's fucking
They're fucking cavemen.
dinosaurs. So
Yeah.
anything like that. I mean, human life doesn't have to look like this.
Us.
Yeah.
We
Just
evolved
life. It
out
could
of
just
our
be-
circumstances.
Yeah, it could just be life.
Well,
Yeah.
what was pretty cool too when they started talking about when the primologists are starting to notice the
Chimps
monkeys and
using
chimps going into the
Tools
Stone
and
Age.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Dude, I was like, dude, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy because that's like an historic event. We didn't get to see us enter the Stone Age, and maybe the aliens were the only ones around to witness that and say, "Oh, fuck!" They
helped us,
Yeah,
according to some circles, right?
Yeah.
I said, but now you got chimps and orangutans doing it by themselves. Maybe mimicking something they've seen from us doing, but still, they have their understanding how to build a tool, what the tool's used for. And, no telling where else that starts to lead to, man.
So the question is why do you think they're hiding this information from us? And if because Lazar's right, man, it's a crime to keep to keep this information showing that we're not the only ones out here. It's a crime to not tell us.
I think just to not have mass hysteria.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Just a
Yeah.
mass hysteria.
At least
I think-
that's the
And see,
common.
I think it's more on the technology side where they don't want to release the technology.
I don't know. I mean, we're
because whoever finds that out, like he said, dude, they're gonna fucking control.
But they already know it. The government already knows it.
I don't think they have figured it out though.
I'm sure they have.
That's the problem.
They have it all there, and they're all reverse engineering it. No telling what they know. Maybe that's why we've made the fucking leaps we have in the last 100 years than in our previous existence.
Yeah,
we've just jumped leaps and fucking bounds.
Well, yeah, it's like the
like every 5 years we're doing shit that we never thought was possible.
Yeah, that's why DARPA has an unlimited budget for the most part. I bet you they have
it's like
a lot at stake.
It's like the Avengers movies. You know, they get the cube and then they're able to advance our technology so much more. And then like fucking Transformer movies too. You know, whenever they got whenever they got a hold of the Transformers technology, they were able to jump. You know, more and more in our technology. So it could be true. You know.
Yeah. So I'm sure they would, and I'm sure the military would be the first people to have it. Because they would weaponize it, anything they could.
Fuck yeah, they would.
I mean, shit, they're already making rail guns on destroyers. I mean, where did that technology come from? It's coming from somewhere. So there's no telling, dude. And like Joe Rogan said, we're a technology-driven people anyways. That seems to be where we're going. We're not really giving a shit about, fucking environment or even why the fuck are we still dependent on fossil fuels. We're just building technology. When's the next fucking phone coming out? Whatever. To eventually it will be, a cybernetic AI.
Yeah. I can't remember who he quoted. I can't remember who he quoted, but he said that we're the sex organs of the AI.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
We may be in 20 years time, I'll tell you that much.
It's fucking crazy though, but that's where we're going. So
sex organs of the machine world.
Yeah, there you go.
So I don't know if they would really be afraid to release it because of technology. I think you're talking just about a social breakdown of everything. But why fucking care about laws? We're no longer alone. There's someone else bigger than us out here.
Dude, I don't think.
I think it would go crazy.
I think anarchy might take place. Even religion. Now you don't have to really focus on the government anymore, right? I mean, your thoughts are on something else.
Now you're focusing on, hey, great ones from the sky come down and fucking fuck all these people that are trying to, keep us down. You start looking at something bigger than our own government. I think
another thing that, and this is what I always dream about, right, is I think something like knowing that there's something else, right? It brings humanity, us as a species together.
I think it gets rid of more.
Honestly, I think it'll get rid of the boundary or the imaginary lines that we've built. We're Americans, we're Mexican, we're Puerto Rican, whatever the case is. Oh. We're all humans because now there is something else other than human.
Yeah, look at what happened in fucking Independence Day, dude. We all fucking started fighting together.
Well, exactly. So I think the government's fearful of that, right? Yeah. They don't want that. They like their blind followers.
But what does this also do for religion? Because religion is
your world up.
Religion is in a way a law that keeps people calm. It keeps people abiding by rules.
Would you still believe?
I think I would, because I'm a believer that with all this vastness and everything that's going on, just didn't happen by accident. Somehow some creator, somebody made it, because there's too much vastness. There's too much. It's so like complicated and complex. How do you have all that just accidentally happen?
Yeah.
And not only that, it's like, okay, well, if God made us, why couldn't he have made others? Why did he just pick our little planet way out in the middle of nowhere and said, I want life here and nowhere else, in all this vastness I created? I mean, I would think he would create it everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I would tend to agree there.
So to me, that's the religion I would believe in.
Yeah.
But I think 90% of people believe in some sort of religion. So I think if you were to introduce an alien civilization and say, we're not alone, there's something bigger, more advanced out there. And maybe even if you took that step, then you take a next step and say, we're going to introduce them, or here they are, because you've already taken one step. So why not? You've already introduced us. So why not formally introduce? And once that happens, then people may, go away from religion.
They break. And I think that's a lot of conspiracy theories have said that the Vatican and all their powerful self might actually have a bunch of documents or just secrets that aliens do exist, but they obviously keep them on the wraps because they know people might stray away from their faith, right?
Yeah.
Because of this. It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the biggest thing we would ever see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I think we would go, and that's why I think they don't tell us.
But what I'm wondering is, like, do you think they have to? Other countries have to have, spacecrafts as well, right?
I'm sure they do, and I'm sure that whoever here that has these things and that keeps the fucking military away from them, doesn't even let the military. I'm pretty sure all those people get together and say, look, we can research it, you can reverse engineer it, do what you want, but nobody fucking knows.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, I know Mexico, the government of Mexico, probably about a year or two ago, they released a lot of their documents, kind of like their Project
I remember
Blue
when
Book
that
stuff.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that it was all like decades ago, but it was great to see that even they investigated
Yeah.
UFOs, in that sense. And to me, it's not the stories of the local guy, the local farmer saying he got picked up or abducted. It's the ones that have credibility, right?
Yeah.
It's the Air Force pilots, the people that know
pilots,
what's
yeah.
out there,
Yeah,
what's
'cause
the latest
some
tech.
people are just fucking
That's what gets
crazy,
me.
man.
Yeah. When they tell you stories and they're like, dude, it did maneuvers that I can't fucking do. And
Yeah.
it went at speeds and instantaneously stopped.
Like somebody
we can't do that.
right?
Yeah.
We can't do that. It's one of those things where you're just like, those are the people you're like, dude, they're seeing it.
Yeah. Or even the astronauts that have seen things too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those guys, they're not dumb, right? They're all mathematicians, engineers, physicists, astrophysicists. They're pretty credible in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Final question: if you were the president,
Yeah.
of the United States of America,
Fuck
would you let everybody know?
If I was,
Would you go and fucking knock the doors down to Area 51? Show everybody,
man,
make it into a museum.
and see when you
Theme park.
But see when you look at it from those eyes of the president, the person I am would want to say yeah, because I'm intrigued by it,
Yeah.
and I'd want everybody else to know what's out there and that you're not alone in this universe, and I just want people to know the truth.
Yeah.
Right. But then on the other hand, I know I would have people telling me, dude, this may start a chain of events that can kill everybody, or not kill everybody, but kill a mass amount of people, and it'd be on your hands.
Yeah.
So that's I'm sure that's what they got to think about. I mean, matter of fact, when not too recently with the Tic Tac thing, when they asked President Trump, there's an interview them asking him if he believes in
he
UFOs.
said
He's like, no, I don't think so.
Fucking lying ass.
But then you just opened up a fucking space force. I mean,
Yeah.
why? Why would you open up and put money towards a space force and you don't believe there's a fucking aliens?
you know why, bro?
So I don't know, man.
What about you, Eric?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. But I mean, I understand the risk, right? The
Yeah.
risk involved. And I think it's more because the power that the government has, the control, I think it won't go away right away, overnight, but people will kind of stray away from it at that point. So I think that's why anybody that has been in the presidential seat, assuming they were aware, I think that's why they've never released it or said, you know what, let's let the people know, because they know they'll lose the power. And once they lose the power, then there's no point in being a president, right? So
Well,
that's my opinion.
I would tell everybody, just because, like, I think that would actually show them that, we're turning a different, we're turning a different stone over, and this is going to be, an office that you can trust to tell you the truth about everything. You know what I mean? So that's why I would tell them.
Your popularity will certainly go up. That's for
Right?
sure.
Maybe we'll find out when,
Especially against all the conspiracy theories out there.
When,
all those guys are gonna vote for him.
when climate control finally
would've-
takes
dude,
hold.
So that's what I want to hear in tonight's Democratic debate is somebody say, "Hey, if aliens are real, I will let you know," and then that dude's got my fucking vote.
No, tell me about
Oh,
it.
Hopefully
that
it's
dude
Andrew
whenever
Yang.
that dude won't wake up in the morning.
No, he's the guy that's not gonna win because everybody's
Yeah.
gonna be against him.
So
Yeah.
so what the fuck was I just saying?
I don't know.
Climate change.
Climate change. Maybe that's when, because for some reason, whatever, that's why nobody's worried about it, because they'll think, well, when shit does hit the fan, we'll finally call our buddies from somewhere else who are way more advanced and have them come help us fucking
Save
terraform
our
everything.
planet,
Right?
man.
Bring y'all's fucking mighty machines and let's, terraform everything and get my shit back together. Who knows, dude?
Or we
Yeah.
might end up in one of those when the Earth is still type scenarios where the alien being will know that the planet is useful, but we, the species, is what's destroying the planet. So
Yeah.
let's just
Fucking
get rid of the
wipe us
species.
out.
Yeah.
The day the earth sits still,
yeah,
Fucking
exactly.
Ultron.
fucking just
Ultron's gonna come back and kill us.
wipe everybody. Y'all are the fucking, which we are.
We are.
We're fucking.
If you think about it, we're
we're building buildings, building fucking roads, cementing, dumping trash into the fucking ocean. We're killing everything around us.
It's like there's a new species on
That's
the
what-
endangered list every week.
That's what we do as a human species is we destroy.
Yeah.
We go to war and we destroy.
Especially now that we're all about consuming, right? We get the next best thing, we consume, we throw it away. Next best. There's none of this repair, maintenance,
Recycle.
none of that stuff. It's just that's the next big TV. I mean, my old one, I toss it. My old phone, I toss it.
Yeah. We are still very young with that. And
It's.
whether or not we make it past that, who knows?
I don't want to reference a child movie, a Disney movie, but I think it's Disney. I don't know. Wall-E. If you ever seen
Oh
Wall-E,
yeah, Wally.
we're that. We're the consumers that just destroy the planet with all our crap, and then we have to go.
Phone call. We got a phone
Fly out.
call, man.
Hope
Hello,
it's an
caller.
alien.
You were on the air.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up?
Who are we talking
What's
to?
going on?
Who are we talking to?
This is Mr. Bischoff.
Oh, all right. What's going on, man?
What's going on? No, I just kind of wanted to kind of put in on my input a little backtrack where you were saying the basically like the information of the aliens has not been abroad. I want to say because it will scare the human race
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we go back to where y'all were saying religion. They believe in their God. You tell them, well, here's this higher power above him. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, what Ernest was saying that you know it might he still might believe because he would think that God with all this space and you know galaxies and all the infinite space out there, you know that he would think that God wouldn't have just created us; he would have created you know other people as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
So-
you talk about the universe.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're not the only planet in the universe. Shit, we're not even the only Milky Way in the universe.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The universe is huge.
Yep.
Yeah, you take a picture of space, you know, the size of your fucking thumbnail, and there's a billion fucking stars in there,
Yeah.
and each star
Mhm.
has planets and galaxies. I mean, it's the vastness is unfucking real.
Yeah.
Statistically
But-
speaking, it'd be just impossible to not have anything else
Yeah.
out there.
Even
But
though
could you-
space is fake.
Oh,
But could
yeah.
you imagine the real problem if an alien civilization did come down and said, "Oh, we have a god, and this is his name," and now you're like, "Oh shit."
And if it's Jesus, we'd be like, holy fuck.
Yeah, dude. If they say, "Hey, it's Jesus," we're like, "Oh my, oh, yeah."
They're like, oh, I know him.
Yeah.
My man.
Dude, I know that. Dude. Exactly.
Hey, that's
I
But-
have a
I know
picture. I
that
have
guy.
a picture.
Yeah, exactly. I have his picture on my wall.
But imagine,
But
if,
he's not white.
right?
imagine if
Right.
it's not, dude. Imagine if it's something else. Then you get into some serious
Well,
problems.
Jesus
Yeah.
probably wasn't white anyway, man. Y'all just painted him like that. But yeah, man. Thanks
But,
for things. Or what you got? What else you got?
But I mean, it just goes back to our government. Like, whenever y'all were asking, you know, as a president or whatever, would you tell the people?
Yeah.
I would say no and yes, because if you think about it, all the movies that are coming out, all the books that are out, that was created by some theory that was
Exactly,
given,
dude.
you know, a leak. It was a leak. You know what I'm saying? The government is leaking little, or not the government, but people are finding things to leak and leak
Yeah,
little by little.
And they're releasing
instead
it
of
into our
just
pop
like,
culture.
Bam.
Yep.
they're
To,
There
to
it is,
normalize
you
it.
know?
they're acclimating us to this,
Yeah.
to the idea,
Mhm.
slowly
They're, like,
acclimating us.
easing your mind into it
Exactly.
as opposed to just like, hello.
Yeah, yeah. I've always said that with shows and movies and stuff. There's some truth to it all because you know they didn't just fucking think of this out of nowhere. You know,
Mhm.
so. But yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
mean, yeah.
Good shit, man.
But thanks,
Yeah,
man.
no.
Thanks for
Just,
calling
call.
in.
just want to give
in.
my input on that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's another believer out there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came
Hey.
in peace.
Thanks for calling in, brother.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man.
All right, later.
All right, later.
But yeah, man. So
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit, though.
it is crazy, dude. Let's wrap this baby up on that note.
Rap.
Thanks, Eric, for joining us, filling
Yeah,
in
man.
today.
No, not a
Did a
problem.
good
This
job,
is great. This is
Big
great.
time. if y'all want to check us out on Facebook or Twitter at From the Left Hash, we'd appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter if you want to, Bearded Mexican.
Yeah.
Bearded Mexican 3 on Twitter.
It's a great name.
Instagram. Yeah, dude. Well, that's what I am, you know. Bearded Mexican.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to hit the exit music? There you go. Yeah.
Great
Thanks for
show,
listening.
everyone.
See y'all next week.
Bang some chains.
Thank you guys.